What's up, guys? Welcome to the stream. Today we got Panthers and Lightning Game 2. I'm excited for this one. This series is going to be good. Game 1, Panthers kind of dropped a dud. Not going to lie. But this should be interesting. This should be interesting regardless. Last season, this series went to 6 games, so I expect something similar here. Panthers aren't just going to wilt and die. They're going to stick around, and they're going to make this interesting. Now, to start things off, Carter Verhaeghe was labeled a game-time decision. I've been checking Twitter like crazy. I'm not entirely sure if he's playing. So that's something to keep an eye on. If Verhaeghe does not play, it would be Maxim Mamin, if that's how you pronounce his name. If it's Mamin, then that's what it is. But he would be in on that top line in Verhaeghe's place. But like I said, I don't know as of right now if Verhaeghe is playing or not. So we'll have to wait and see until the puck drops, I guess. I'm pulling up the control room for the stream. And as always, if you guys ever want to drop something in the chat and say hello, or say something regarding the game or something you want me to talk about, by all means, please drop that in the chat below. And so today we got Panthers and Lightning. I'm excited. I wanted to do a live stream for Game 1, but I was having network issues, so couldn't do that. But we are back today, Panthers and Lightning. So, stuff I want to talk about before the game. I'm going to pick out a couple guys that I think could do a little bit more for each of their teams respectively to really help them go forward in this series. For the Florida Panthers, it's Noel Acciari. I understand Noel Acciari didn't do a whole lot in the regular season. He had 3 goals, 5 assists, and 8 points. But he's played, I believe, 6 games throughout these playoffs, and he has nothing to show for it. He's a -2. He's got 0 goals, 0 assists for 0 points. So he's on the third line with Lundell and Reinhart. I think if they can get him going, the Panthers can get him going, then they're in good shape. Another guy that I want to talk about for the Panthers that I think could be totally under the radar, totally make a difference, is Patrick Hornqvist. Patrick Hornqvist in those Penguin runs for them was key. He was awesome. I mean, I remember watching those runs for the Penguins, and he was just fantastic. He was getting in front of the net. He was making plays. They got him on the 4th line tonight, but I really think that if they want to start scoring and they want to start getting to the head of Vasilevsky, put Hornqvist in front of the net. That's what he's good for. He did it in Nashville. He did it in Pittsburgh. That's what he does. That's what he's good at. For the Tampa Bay Lightning, a guy that could do a little bit more, it's got to be Anthony Cirelli. He's got 1 goal, 0 assists, and 1 point throughout these entire playoffs. For 1 point, throughout these entire playoffs. So for the Tampa Bay Lightning, it's Anthony Cirelli. With the absence of Braden Point, Cirelli is now their #1 center, and he's gotta play well. If the Lightning are going to win this series, Anthony Cirelli has to step up, and he's got to start making plays. Kucherov stepped up in the absence of Point, and he's been fine. He had a goal and assist in Game 1. Good stuff from him. Same with Corey Perry. He stepped up, goal and assist in Game 1 as well. But I think if the Lightning want to make this a quick series, want to win this series, they got to get Cirelli going. Get some chemistry with Stamkos, Cirelli, and Kucherov on that top line. So that is it for them. Let's talk about the goalies. Andrei Vasilevsky, he's 5-3 in these playoffs. Got a 2.79 goals against average, 907 save percentage. He's good. I posted a post earlier today on my Twitter and Instagram. Pulse Sports Talk on Instagram and Twitter. So check that out if you want to follow me there. I post updates about news. I post updates about when I'm going live and all sorts of stuff like that when I'm posting videos. So if you want to stay updated, follow Pulse Sports Talk on Instagram and Twitter. I haven't decided which platform I like better. I'm finding it's easier to grow on Twitter, so I might be posting a little bit more on Twitter. But the content is usually the same. But yeah, go ahead and follow those. But anyway, back to Vasilevsky. Back to the point. So I posted a post earlier today, my top 10 goalies in the league, and Vasilevsky's number one for me. Until Vasilevsky has a truly mediocre season, even for his standards, or he has a really bad playoff series, I can't take him out of number one. I mean, I think I had Vasilevsky 1, Shesterkin 2, and Saros 3. Shesterkin was great this year. He was shaky in the playoff or in the first round against Pittsburgh, but he found his way. I think he's going to be a good goalie for years to come. I think the Rangers defense just needs to shore up a little bit and help him out. But he's going to win the Vezina. He's a good goalie. He's number 2. Saros is number 3 for me because you look at his stats, he's amazing. But on the other hand, look at what happened to the Predators once he went out. The Predators rely on Saros so much that as soon as Saros was out, the Predators they lost to the Coyotes. They had a 4-0 lead against the Coyotes and they lost. They're worse than the Coyotes without Saros. They need him. They need him. So Saros is number 3, but Vasilevsky's number 1 for me because he's just an exceptional playoff performer. He's the best all around. Until somebody can prove me otherwise and show me that they're better than him, he's number 1 for me. And so, with that, Vasilevsky these playoffs hasn't been his play hasn't been jaw dropping, fantastic or whatever, but he's had a good playoffs. I mean, 907, 2.79 goals against. That'll win you games, and that's what he's done. So good stuff from Vasilevsky. Bobrovsky, he's 4-3 in these playoffs. He's got a 2.98 goals against average, 903 save percentage. I'm not entirely sold on Bob. He had his good runs with the Blue Jackets. He beat Tampa Bay. He swept them in that one series. But it's for me, I don't know. I see some of the goals that he gives up, and it's really, he'll make a jaw-dropping save. He'll make an amazing save, and then the next thing you know, he lets in a complete muffin. And I don't know. I'm not entirely sold on Bob, but his stats these playoffs have been okay. His regular season stats were pretty good. He had 39 wins, 7 losses, 3 overtime losses. So he had a good winning record. But again, the team in front of him was really good. 2.67 goals against average, 913 save percentage with 3 shutouts. I think for the Panthers, if they're gonna do good in this series, if they're gonna hang on here, Bob has got to be almost perfect. They were going against the back-to-back defending Stanley Cup champions. Everybody knows the Tampa Bay Lightning. They're, this powerhouse. They're really good. If the Panthers going to stick in this thing, they're going to need good goaltending, and that's what they're going to need from Bobrovsky. So I'm not entirely sold on him. His record was good this year, but I don't know. It's just, we'll see. Anthem is happening right now in Florida. I got the game over here, so I'll be calling the game for you guys today. No live feed. Just me doing play-by-play and reacting to this game. Yeah, it's going to be fun. Again, I have no idea about Verhaeghe. Let's take a look at Twitter and see what going on with Verhaeghe. It looks like Carter Verhaeghe is playing. So, he is on the ice. He will play. So, Verhaeghe is playing tonight. I should make that a post. I'm going to make that a post. You guys can watch. So, there you go. There's the template. Make that, and then boom, save that, and then we go into Twitter. Put the picture. And then put the hashtags for each team. Twitter's a little easier, I think, than Instagram. I don't know. Okay, so yeah, if you're following my camera's metered. If you're following Pulse Sports Talk on Instagram and Twitter, you'll see I just made the post for Carter Verhaeghe playing tonight. They got Kenny Albert and Eddie Olczyk on TNT. You guys get me, and yeah, if you guys can't watch the game. If you're blacked out of market, whatever, drop by the stream. We have a fun time over here. I enjoy doing these live streams. I think they're a lot of fun. Again, these live streams are for me to practice doing play-by-play and stuff like that, because I'm trying to be a sportscaster. So this is just for me to really practice, I guess. So you guys get to watch me grow and learn. But it's good for me to have a live audience so I can talk to people and get that feeling of a live atmosphere. So, puck is about to drop. They got the Lomberg line out for Florida. So their fourth line is out, and it looks like Tampa Bay's second line is out. Panthers win the draw, and a big hit already. It's a hit on Andre Palat. And that hit was from Brandon Montour, I believe. Or maybe it was Mackenzie Weegar. Panthers moving in along the side. Shot there by Hornquist. Easily turned aside by Vasilevsky. Another turning shot is blocked in front. That one was from Luosterainen. And the Lightning moving over, and they'll just dump it at the red line. And Mackenzie Weegar throws another hit at the red line. This could get physical very quickly. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes throughout the course of the night. Panthers move over the red line. Just a simple dump in for Barkov. Verhaeghe in the corner. Lightning poke it away, and they'll start to break out. Panthers able to stop them, though, and they'll keep it in the zone. Lightning around the boards, and around. Hedman trying to get it out, couldn't do it. Barkov has it now at the top of the circle. He'll try and get it to the point. And look, he was looking for Ben Sherratt, but it came over the blue line, so the Panthers will have to retreat. Sherratt waiting as he watches his team change. Panthers now over the red line. Sam Bennett just dump it in. But the Lightning say no to that, and the puck is stuck in the neutral zone, and eventually is deflected out of play. So, physical start from Mackenzie Weegar. He throws a hit on Andre Palat to start the game, and then there's another hit on Corey Perry at the red line. So, Mackenzie Weegar is setting a physical tone to this game. And Corey Perry did not like that. So we'll see how he retaliates throughout the course of this game. Draw is won by the Panthers. It's Montour from behind. Mackenzie Weegar from behind his own net. Bennett moving over the blue line with speed, blows a tire in the near corner. Puck is picked up by Forsling. Forsling with a shot, and it makes its way to Vasilevsky, and it's eventually picked out in front and set around the boards. Panthers have it behind the net. Spinning around is Huberdeau. Eventually gets it to Montour, and they battle in the corner. Behind the net, centering it is Huberdeau. Puck comes back to him. Again in the far corner, Huberdeau gets it back up to the point. A shot there by Forsling. It's deflected and goes into the near corner. Forsling picks up his own rebound. Try to throw it behind the net for Jonathan Huberdeau, and the puck is flipped up into the glove of Vasilevsky, and we get some extracurricular activities after the whistle's blown. Steven Stamkos is in the middle of it, and Huberdeau finds himself in enemy territory in between about 5 Lightning players. So things are getting physical and nasty in the opening moments of Game 2. Vasilevsky in the playoffs is 54-32 with a 2.29 goals against average, 922 save percentage, 6 shutouts. He's a primetime player performer. Sergei Bobrovsky in 48 games in the playoffs is 17-26, 3.2 goals against average, after an .899 save percentage. Lightning win the draw over their own blue line, turn it over in the neutral zone. It's Radko Gudas to dump it in for Florida. Vasilevsky stops it, and the puck will come along the near boards. Killorn will take it out to center. I've seen like 3 Panthers blow a tire in the neutral zone, or at least at some point in this game, so that's something to watch out for. Foot along the boards in the near corner. Killorn behind the net for Palat. Palat takes it up to the point. Slides it over for Foot. Foot with a shot that goes into the far corner. Palat to pick it up there. Palat behind the net gets it to Killorn. But Radko Gudas is the first man on it, and will get it out for Florida. Sam Reinhart in the neutral zone to pick it up for the Panthers. Radko Gudas has it now in his own zone as he waits for a change. Gudas dumps it into the Lightning zone, and that's going to go for an icing. Sam Reinhart earlier threw a hit on Palat, so Palat has been the recipient of 2 hits so far. We're only about 3 minutes into the first period, so we'll see how that goes throughout the course of the night. Luosterainen battles Belmar at center ice. Panthers win the draw, get it over the red line, dump it back in. Vasilevsky to play it. Vasilevsky plays it over to Belmar. Belmar moves up to the point, shot by Sherratt as he picked it up at the blue line. Belmar was trying to dump it out, and now Ekblad takes a hit from Maroon. He falls to his knees, but he retains the puck. He'll get it over to Luosterainen. Luosterainen over for Lombard. Lombard moving in. A backhand shot stopped by Vasilevsky. He was right on his post. Behind the net now. Over to the near boards. Played for Sherratt. Lightning pick it up now, and they will look to get it to center, and they do. But the puck somehow bounces back to Kucherov into his own end, and they will just wait for a change. Sorry, excuse me, it's Sergachev. So, 16-14 to go in the first. Tampa Bay looking to break out. Chernak dumps it up, and it's deflected into the Panthers zone. Bobrovsky to play it. Plays it straight to Killorn. Killorn with the initial shot, and it's deflected by Bobrovsky and goes all the way out to center ice. Picked up there by the Panthers. They'll move over the blue line. Barkov with it now on his backhand. Goes behind the net. Evading a bunch of Lightning players. He's on the near boards now. Get up to the point. A shot! And it's stopped by Vasilevsky. Picked up by the Panthers now. Weaver. Centering shot. Again. Paddled away by Vasilevsky. Verhaeghe in the corner. Kucherov picks it away from him. And the Lightning look to break out. They're moving over the center zone. And they will lose it to the Panthers. It's Forsling with it now. Forsling behind his own net. Turns it over. And Kucherov with it now in the near corner. Gets it behind the net for Palat. Palat moves it over for McDonough and trying to get for Kucherov behind the net. He'll spin around the inboards looking for Chernak, but couldn't get it to him. Barkov trying to move into the Lightning zone, and he is tripped up. No call. Cirelli from behind his own net. Moves it over to McDonough. McDonough looking for a stretch pass, and he's got Cirelli. Cirelli from behind the Panthers net, battling with Radko Gudas. Gudas chips it along the wall. We'll get it to another Panther. And we got a battle along the boards here. Brandon Hagel's in the center. He's got the puck now. And he is taken to the ground by Gudas. So Gudas throwing some big hits to start the game. A shot from the point goes wide. Another shot there from Foot. And where is it? Nobody knows where it is. Must have deflected out of play. Andrew Burnett, coach of the Panthers, 51-18-6 record. He is a Jack Adams finalist. That was announced earlier today. So congratulations to him. I believe the other 2 finalists are Gerard Gallant and... Oh, who's the other one? I can't remember the other one. My apologies. Yeah, I can't remember. If I think of it, I will get it back to you. Sergachev with a point, a shot deflected into the far corner. Puck moves into the middle, and now the Lightning will have to defend. The Panthers moving in. It's Reinhart, loses the puck in the near corner. Lightning have her at center ice. They'll dump it in, and another hit thrown at the blue line by the Panthers. So they are dominating physically to start the game. Panthers will dump it in. Anton Lundell battles with Hagel in the corner. He's got the puck up against the boards. And the referee is not blowing the whistle. They'll continue to play. And finally the puck squirts loose. It'll be Ross Colton that gets it out for the Tampa Bay Lightning. Puck is at the blue line, picked up by Foot, trying to evade Ekblad at the blue line, can't do it. And here comes Ekblad over to the blue line. Into the Lightning zone they go. Bennett chips it around the net. Lightning have it. It's McDonough from his own net. Turnover, a shot there by Sam Bennett after the McDonough turnover, and Vasilevsky turns it aside. Could be a 2-on-1 for the Lightning. Bennett able to get back. Lightning 2-on-1. Belmar Maroon, a shot save made by Bobrovsky. Puck comes back to the point by Chernak. Chernak turns it over to McDonough. A shot doesn't go. Sorry, that was Victor Hedman. Along the far boards they go. Puck goes around the boards into the near corner. Chernak turns it over. Now Montour behind the net gets it to Gudis, and Gudis will flip it out to neutral ice. Behind the net, it's Chernak. He'll wait for reinforcements as the Lightning make a change. Quickly now, they break out, trying to get over the blue line of Florida. Can't do it. Puck is stuck in the neutral zone. Lightning will play it back to their defense. Sergachev along the boards. His bench will get it. And now, Sorelli with a shot. Couldn't go. Save made by Bobrovsky. Now they're back at center ice. Lomberg trying to retreat, but couldn't do it. 3 Lightning players are there. And it's Zach Bogosian that picks it up for Tampa Bay. He'll turn it aside. And a turnover at neutral ice by the Lightning. Picked up by the Panthers there. It's Forsling now over the blue line. A shot. Deflected wide. Kucherov tries to get it out, and he couldn't do it, and it does hit a Lightning skate and gets out to center ice. Along the boards, Nick Paul over for Bogosian. Bogosian to center ice. That one will go all the way down and be an icing. 11:41 to go in the first period. Shots are 4-2 in favor of the Florida Panthers. Daryl Sutter. Daryl Sutter was the final Jack Adams final. So Burnett, Gallant, and Sutter are your Jack Adams Award finalists for best coach in the league. Lightning trying to get it out. Nick Paul with it. Puck got caught up in his equipment, and a big hit thrown in the far corner there. Bogosian with it now in the near corner. Panthers have it for Hagee. Hagee dancing, tries to center it, and it's intercepted by Killorn and thrown back out to the neutral zone. Sherratt to pick it up there for the Panthers. He's hounded by Kucherov. Sherratt gets it over to Barkov. Chernak steals away. Chernak, a shot turned aside by Bobrovsky. And here come the Panthers. Could turn into a 3-on-1. Here they come. Tried to get it for Hagee, and he couldn't go. Barkov with it now. Tried to get to the point and poked away by the Lightning. And it'll be taken by the Panthers into the neutral zone, and they'll dump it behind. McDonough to pick it up there for the Lightning. Chernak with it in the near corner. He'll send it back up. And puck will come all the way back into the Panthers zone. Bobrovsky plays it to Gudis. Gudis gets it up for Lundell. Lundell turns it over, and here comes Hagel with a shot and a save by Bobrovsky. That's Tampa Bay's best scoring opportunity this far into the game. Shots are 4-3 in favor of the Panthers. They're going to commercial. I'll stay here, but I need to take a drink first. Get some water. So, no goals yet, but we're on track for a pretty exciting game. Just gonna say something. Let's check the stats. Let's check the stats so far. 12 hits for Florida. Yeah, that sounds about right. 10 hits for Tampa Bay. Florida has been very physical to start this game. They wanted to set the tone, and they have. No penalties thus far. 3 blocks for Florida, 2 for Tampa Bay. 3 giveaways each for each team. I've noticed there's a lot of giveaways. A lot of guys are losing their edge and falling to the ice in the corners. So something to keep an eye on. It is Florida. Weather's warm. And you got to think at this point in the season the ice isn't too great. 2 takeaways for Florida. Both are 50% in the face-off circle. We got 10:30 to go in the first period. And, yeah. So, not a whole lot has happened so far except for a ton of physicality. Will we see a fight in this game? Maybe. If one team is down enough, we could see it. Verhaeghe was a game-time decision to start this game. He is in, and he has looked pretty good. He was dancing around in the Lightning zone, tried to center it, but was picked off. But he looks good so far. So we'll monitor his condition as we continue. But so far, he looks fine. Cirelli had a pretty good look earlier. Bobrovsky made a good save on him. Most recently, Brandon Hagel had a good look. And again, Bobrovsky made a good save. So Bobrovsky looks to be on it so far. In the intro, I wasn't too sure about Bobrovsky. I'm still not too sure about him, but he looks solid so far. So we'll look to see how he does throughout the course of this game. Draws one to the right of Bobrovsky, and the puck comes sliding right towards him, so he will cover it. And we'll get another draw to his right. Steven Stamkos, these playoffs, has 2 goals, 3 assists for 5 points. Nikita Kucherov leads the Lightning with 3 goals, 7 assists, and 10 points. He's their points leader. Florida wins the draw. They get it to center ice. And the Lightning pick it up. It's Andre Palat over the Florida line. Palat centers it, deflects into the far corner. Panthers have it now. Barkov looks to get it up for Giroux, and the puck deflects all the way back down to Vasilevsky, so no icing. Hedman with it now. Hedman over his own line, over the red line, and he'll dump it in. Behind the net now, looking for Chernak. The 2 Panthers are there. It's Verhaeghe with it now. Drops it off for Barkov. Dangerous play, almost a turnover in his own end. Barkov gets it up to Verhaeghe over the Tampa Bay line, tries to center it, and it's batted away into the neutral zone. Cirelli couldn't get it there. It was turned aside by Forsling, and he's got it behind his own net, and he'll wait for his team to change. 9:34 to go in the first period. Tampa Bay leads the series 1-0 after a 4-1 win in Game 1. Tampa with it now. Over the red line, it'll be dumped in by Corey Perry. Around the boards it goes, and it's picked up by Gustav Forsling. He'll get it over to Lundell. He'll chip it into the center zone for Sam Reinhart. Vasilevsky to play it as he dumps it in. Battle at the blue line. Panthers have it. At the red line, it's Reinhart. He'll play it back for Forsling. Goes behind his own net. And he'll look to break out. Over the red line is Bennett. Bennett moving with speed will chip into the near corner. Try to get a shot off. It was blocked. Corey Perry with it now. Gets it out for the Lightning. 2-on-2. Here come the Lightning. It's Brandon Hagel from behind his own net. Behind the Florida net. Gets it back up to the point. Nobody was home. In the neutral zone, it's Foote dumping it in, and we have a delayed penalty on Florida, so somebody will go to the box. Sergachev is hunched over with the trainer. Let's take a closer look at it. It was Hagel moving in with Colton. Colton got taken down. Hagel went around the corner. Not going to show it. So, I think it was hooking on a Panther. I got the game on mute, so I'm not entirely sure what they're saying, but let's check and see what the stats say from NHL.com. I want to... Can you tell me... Can you tell me who got the penalty, please? Can you tell me who got the penalty, please? Maybe it just hasn't updated yet. There it is. Brandon Montour hooking against Ross Colton. So yeah, they did get he did get a hooking call, but it wasn't on Sergachev. I don't know what really happened to Sergachev. I didn't really see anything that looked like it would injure him, but he was hunched over with the trainer, so that's something to watch for. We'll see if he appears, if he stays on the bench or if he leaves. So 0-0 so far. 5 shots for the Panthers, 3 for the Lightning. And Tampa Bay is going to the power play. Tampa Bay's power play is, I believe, middle of the packs for the players for the playoffs so far. Panthers' power play has not done a whole lot this postseason. So, Lightning on the power play. Montour is in the box. And could we see our first goal of the game on the Tampa Bay power play? Draws one by Florida, and they will get stood up at the boards by Hedman, and eventually they poke it out to center ice. Hedman has to retrieve it. Good play by Anton Lundell to get it out. Hedman looking now over the red line, will drop it back for Kucherov. Kucherov over the red line, finally gets over the Florida line. We'll try and center it. Gets it to Perry along the near boards. Perry will drop it back to the point. Hedman moves it over to Kucherov. Stamkos. Stamkos with it now. Stamkos, a shot, and they score! Deflected in front, and the Tampa Bay Lightning strike first. They got it over to Stamkos, and Stamkos took a shot from the circle, and it was deflected by Corey Perry, and the Tampa Bay Lightning have a 1-0 lead. It's a power play goal, and Steven Stamkos from the far circle takes a shot, and it deflects off of Corey Perry's stick right on the tape, and it goes over the glove of Bobrovsky. Excellent play, and it almost looked like Stamkos was looking for the stick of Perry, so if he was, great play by him. But the Lightning have a 1-0 lead. The Panthers win the draw and dump it excuse me, into the Tampa Bay zone. At the red line, Duclair, Sherratt now at his own blue line will dump it in. No icing as it hit a Lightning player. Behind the net, Duclair loses his stick. Eventually picks it back up, but the puck came by him and he wasn't able to pick it up. He didn't have his stick, and here come the Lightning. Kucherov gets it to Killorn. Killorn sends it behind the net for Kucherov along the near boards. Kucherov gets it to the point for McDonough, but it comes over the blue line, and the Lightning will have to retreat to center ice. Panthers make a change. Bogosian gets it over to Killorn on the near boards. Killorn behind the net. Ekblad couldn't handle it, and now it's Nick Paul. Drops it off for Killorn. Killorn trying to get it back to Paul, but Paul had already left. Luosterainen now over his own blue line, over the red line, gets tied up with Huberdeau. Huberdeau has it, though, over the blue line. Huberdeau over to Luosterainen. Luosterainen, a shot! Looking for a deflection by Hornquist, and it goes into the near corner. Back up top for Montour, a drive, and it goes wide. Picked up there by the Panthers, get it back out to the point. Gudis, a shot, and it's deflected in front, and wouldn't get it to Vasilevsky. Lightning with it now, it's Kucherov, dumps it in at the red line. Gudis to retrieve. Lightning make a change. Gudis, waiting, slides it over to Montour. Lightning pressure, and they are able to dump it in at the red line. Carter Verhaeghe with it now. Gets it over. Back up top for Verhaeghe. He's drilled by Maroon at center ice. Maroon making his physical presence known, as he's thrown at least 2 big hits in this game so far. Verhaeghe, the latest recipient. McDonough with it, turns it over at center ice to Verhaeghe. Verhaeghe dances around Belmar, gets over the blue line and dumps it in. He's looking for Reinhart. Jan Rutta works around Reinhart. Reinhart takes it at center ice, and here they come. It could be a 2-on-1. And old Charlie centers it and couldn't get it to Verhaeghe as the play is broken up, and the Lightning will dump it out to center ice. Mackenzie Weegar will pick it up after a play by Bobrovsky. Great chance for the Florida Panthers, and they couldn't capitalize. Great defensive play by, I believe it was Pierre-Edouard Bellemare. Panthers back into the Lightning zone. They'll dump it behind. Vasilevsky to play it. Hedman gets it over to Chernak. Chernak will dump it in to the Panthers zone, and no icing on that play. Forsling will dump it in. Vasilevsky handles it. The shot was right on goal. Corey Perry, center ice, 2 off for him to handle. Florida Panthers have it. They'll get it over the blue line to the Lightning. Lindell, around the net it goes. Vasilevsky to play. He's got Lindell behind him, and the Panthers were closing in, but Vasilevsky's able to get it out, and the Panthers have to retreat into their own zone as the Lightning work in deep. With it at the point, McDonough over to Bogosian. Bogosian a shot, and it's deflected out of play by Lomberg. So we have our first goal of the game. Tampa Bay Lightning score first on the power play. Penalty was by Brandon Montour for hooking. He went to the box. Shot by Steven Stamkos at the far circle was deflected in front by Corey Perry, and that is the story so far. Lightning with a 1-0 lead. 5 shots for the Lightning, 6 for the Panthers. And that is where we stand. Let's take a look at some more stats. 4:41 to go in the first period. Panthers are winning the face-off battle 60-40. Power play. Tampa Bay is 1 for 1 on the power play. Florida has not yet had a power play. 19 hits to 18 in favor of the Panthers. 4 blocks apiece. 4 giveaways for the Lightning. 7 for the Panthers. 2 takeaways for the Panthers. And like I mentioned earlier, 5 shots for the Lightning. 6 for the Panthers. They're at commercial right now, but if anybody wants to drop something into the live stream, if you want me to talk about something, by all means, please do so. And we will talk about it. Do not be scared to use the chat. Please, use the chat. I want to have some engagement here. I don't want to feel like I'm just talking to myself, so please, by all means, drop something in the chat if you have something you want to say. Panthers, down by 1. Could we see a goal from them soon? I don't know. They haven't really gotten a whole lot of sustained offensive pressure. Lightning are doing a good job defending. If the Lightning make it to a 2-0 lead before the period ends, does Florida panic? I don't know. I don't think so. Florida's come back a lot in the regular season. You don't want to make a habit out of that. You don't want to say, well, we're down, we can come back later. I don't think that they would do that. They're a well-coached team, but they're young, and you don't want to get behind, especially against the defending Stanley Cup champions. So look for them to rebound quickly and try and get the next one, because you want to go down 2-0 to the Lightning. Bogosian, a shot at the point, saved by Bobrovsky with the blocker, goes into the far corner. Paul leaves it for Killorn. Killorn chips it back up for Paul. Paul gets it around the boards for Kucherov. Kucherov centers it. Paul, puck is in front of Bobrovsky, goes behind the net now. It's Killorn from behind the net, trying to get to Kucherov. Pass was too far for him, and now it's for Higgy. Over the red line. Gets it to Giroux. Giroux for Barkov. Barkov on the back of a shot, and it goes wide. Puck is retrieved by the Lightning. Killorn gets it out. Panthers have it at center ice. That was probably one of their best looks so far. Giroux with it into the Lightning zone. Tried to center it for Barkov. Picked off by Ryan McDonough. He'll get it up and out. Panthers have it at center ice. Sam Bennett moving over the red line. Drifts to the left. Centers it. Broken up by Hedman. Back up to the point. Shot there by Montour. He fans on it. Eventually dumps it in around the net for Bennett into the near corner. Lightning are able to get it out at center ice, and they'll dump it in. Panthers have it now over the Forsling on the near boards. He'll dump it over, and stood up at the red line at the blue line, is a Panther. Around the boards, comes out to center ice. And they'll battle along the boards for the puck. It's stuck at around the Panthers board, or the Panthers bench. Finally, puck comes loose. With it now is Montour. Montour tries to work it into the Lightning zone, but the Lightning have it. McDonough from behind his own net. Reinhart working on him. Lightning get it out to center ice. Hagel turns it over. And the Panthers turn it over themselves. Picked back up by Montour. He'll dump it in for Reinhart in the near corner, picked up there by Foot, and he'll hand it over to McDonough. Lightning at the Panthers' blue line, stood up there, picked up by the Lightning, shot over by Hagel, and a save made by Bobrovsky. An odd-looking play there as the Panthers turned it over in their own end at their own blue line. Puck is dumped in by the Panthers. Hornquist and Ruda are there. Battle along the boards. Ruda wins it, and he'll send it over to Brandon Hagel in the near corner. Hagel gets it out to center ice. Luosterainen retrieves it. Ekblad waiting as the Panthers get a change. 2 minutes to go in the first period. Ekblad hands it off to Huberdeau. Huberdeau over the blue line. Sends it over for Lomberg. Lomberg sends it behind the net. Sherratt with it now. He'll send it back around. Achari is hit there by Bogosian behind the net. And Lightning pick it up. It's Ruda. Sends it over to Kucherov. And here come the Lightning. It's Killorn. Kind of a 2-on-1 here. Killorn along the near boards. Brilliantly defended by the Panthers. Behind the net, it's Paul. Tried to take a shot on the wraparound, and Bobrovsky denied him. Lomberg in the center zone. Tries to steal it away from Chernak, but Chernak does a good job of keeping it away from him, and he'll get it over to Bogosian. Both teams will make a change. 1:20 to go in the first period. Shots are 6 apiece. Tampa Bay Lightning lead 1-0 in the game and the series. Chernak with it. Over the red line. Dumped in for Palat. He's the first man on it. Hit there by Forsling in the near corner. Taken away. Barkov with it now. Sends it back up. Panthers looking to break out. Dumped in at the red line. And Barkov is the first man on it. Stamkos hounding him. Barkov on his backhand turns it to Verhaeghe. A shot blocked in front. Picked up by Giroux. Giroux centering shot, and it's picked up by Verhaeghe. Deflected wide into the far corner. Taking it back up to the point. Weegar over to Forsling. Forsling, a shot deflected out of play, and it looks like it might have hit the face of Steven Stamkos. He's clutching his face. He will look to go off. 37 seconds to go. Puck is end up in the Panther zone, and it's played by Bobrovsky. And, that was Chernak, 81, not 91. Chernak was hit up high, and he leaves, and he'll go to the dressing room. Panthers into the Lightning zone. Shot wide. Luosterainen picks it up from behind the net. Panthers looking to work early. Centering. Nobody home. Deflected out, and the Lightning get it to center ice. Brandon Hagel, 1-on-1 with Ekblad. Ekblad defends brilliantly and sends Hagel into the corner, and he'll just dump it in. Picked up by Montour. 7 seconds to go. And Panthers have it now, and it looks like that will be the end of the first period. So, shots are 8-6 in favor of the Panthers. Score is 1-0 in favor of the Lightning. And that will do it for the first period. Lightning scored the only goal of the game on the power play. It was Corey Perry off a deflection on a shot by Steven Stamkos. And that is it. That is the story so far. So, we are now into the first intermission. Good period so far. We got a goal. In the Battle of Florida. Let's take a look at the stats through the first period. So, Lightning lead 1-0 off the power play goal. Shots on goal 8-6 in favor of the Panthers. Face-off percentage 54.5 for the Panthers, 45.5 for the Lightning. Lightning are 1-for-1 on the power play. Panthers have not had a power play thus far. Hits are 24-21 in favor of the Panthers. A lot of physicality. We'll talk about that later in just a bit. Blocks are 6-4 in favor of the Panthers. Giveaways 5 for the Lightning, 7 for the Panthers. 2 takeaways for the Panthers, and that is the story so far. So far, I like the defensive plays so far from both teams. I think the Lightning's goal is to stop the Panthers at the blue line, red line if you can. And just try and just try and stop the Panthers from making this into a track meet. The Panthers are a very fast team. They're very good offensively. Lightning are shutting him down at the blue line, at the red line. So what are the Panthers doing? They're dumping the puck around the boards and trying to make plays into the center. The Lightning know what to do. They're breaking up those passes into the center, and the Panthers haven't had a lot of great looks. There was a few. Verhaeghe had one in the near corner, and then Barkov had a good one on the backhand. But overall, not a lot of good scoring chances for the Panthers. Similar things on the Lightning side. Power play goal for them. So that is what it is. But for the Lightning, Panthers seem to have a similar game plan when it comes to defending them as the Lightning do to defending them. The Panthers, that is. So, so far, that's the story. Not a lot of offense. Again, we just have, what? They just changed it. So 9 shots to the Panthers, 6 for the Lightning. So we only have 15 shots combined in the first period. So not a lot of shots. Could be just a feeling out process here for both teams. I expect things to open up a lot more in the second period. Just want to check Instagram and Twitter to see if there's any kind of updates. Let's see. Panthers tweeted 1-0 Tampa. Yeah. Yep. That is. Yep. Panthers down after 1. That is the case. That is true. Let's see. Let's see if we can find an update on Chernak on Twitter. Bear with me here. But yeah, Chernak took a puck up high, it seemed, and he left. He went to the dressing room early. Again, there was only like a minute or so left in the period to begin with, so maybe he left just out of that. Maybe he'll be back for the second. But that's something to be that's something to keep an eye out for. Erik Chernak looks to be hurt. Headed down the locker room before the period ended, so the first 20 minutes ends. Yeah. Erik Chernak went to the locker room early after the second straight game. So, yeah, took a puck to the face, went straight to the tunnel, went down to the locker room. So, something to keep an eye on. In the absence of Braden Point, they have Jan Ruda. So they dressed 7 defensemen for this game and 11 forwards. So I think at that point you would, if Chernak leaves and doesn't come back, I would think you would drop Ruda down back to playing defense, and you would just run 11 forwards for the game. You know, have some guys double shifting and whatnot. That's what I would expect so far. That's what I expect. Excuse me. Sorry. What was I saying? That's what I expect to happen if Chernak doesn't return. Again, he took a puck to the face. So probability is like 50-50. You see some guys come back from that sometimes, but sometimes you don't. So something to keep an eye on there. And yeah, so let's talk about, let's see, what should I talk about here? Again, if anybody was watching and you want to put something in the chat, that'd be great. I would love topics to talk about during intermission and during the commercial breaks. But that aside, let's see. We talked about Chernak. Power play for the Lightning looked really good. They scored, I think it was like 30 seconds into the power play. Again, it was Perry off a deflection. Stamkos with the initial shot. Right onto the tape of Perry. Went over the left shoulder of Bobrovsky. So, good stuff there for the Lightning power play. Again, the Panthers didn't get a whole lot done offensively, so I expect them to step that up in the second period. I really do. If they don't, they could be tough going to the third. You want to tie this up as quickly as you can. Tampa Bay, the idea I think for them is to shut down the Panthers defensively. They're doing a good job of that so far. I really want to see the Panthers kind of break out and make this attract me, because if they do, then we could get something like we saw last night in the Battle of Alberta. That game was fantastic. I think I want to see a high-scoring offensive game. Every game that I've done on the stream, or streamed, has been a low-scoring affair. We had the, let's see, we did the Stars and the Flames. We did that twice. The first one was the 1-0 game. I think that was the one the Stars won, so game 2. And then we did first half. Well, I guess we did both, but I did the third period of the first one, I think. Yeah, third period of game 1 and then third entirety of game 2. And then the Oilers and the Kings, I did game 6 between the Oilers and the Kings, and that one ended up being 4-2. So yeah, pretty good score, decent score there. But I don't know. I just want to see a lot of goals, man. I want to see some goals. Let's see some goals. Hopefully we get that pretty soon. On my YouTube. So let's talk about the YouTube. So I'm doing the live streams. Let's see what games are tomorrow. I haven't decided if I want to do a stream tomorrow or not. Tomorrow is Friday. Yeah, Friday. Rangers and the Hurricanes are tomorrow. It's at 8, and then Flames and Oilers. I really, if I do one, it would be Flames and Oilers Battle of Alberta. We'll see. I'll think about it. Flames and Oilers. That would be game 2 from the Saddle Dome. Haven't decided if I want to do that or not. We'll see. But yeah. So here's what I'm thinking about doing for the channel, right? So I have my I have my 2 social media accounts, right? Pulse Sports Talk. They're right there. See that there? Pulse Sports Talk. Those are my socials, so Instagram, Twitter, same handle. On there, I post breaking news. I post my own opinions. I post, like earlier today, I did top 10 goalies in the league, in my opinion, just to get some discussion going. We had some good discussions. Shout out to you guys that commented and talked and replied to my stories. Thank you guys. I appreciate that. I love having discussions about sports. It's fun. It's fun doing this whole thing. But one of the reasons that is. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. Had a fun discussion. So expect that stuff from my socials there. For my YouTube, I'm doing a couple of series. I'm currently in the middle of making a video about I want to try and do a weekly video about each team and what they should do going forward, in my opinion. So I'm currently in the middle of one about the Toronto Maple Leafs, just because of recency bias. Not to pick on Maple Leafs fans or anything, but just because of recency bias. And there's a lot of questions surrounding that team. What did they do after 5 straight first-round exits? So I'm in the middle of making a video on that. So right now, it looks like I haven't done anything on the YouTube in a while. It's been a couple days. I am working on that. I'm just trying to produce the best content that I can for you guys. And sometimes, for me right now, it's a quality over quantity sort of thing. I want to make good quality content as opposed to just pumping out, a video a day or a video every day or 2. So I'm trying to make good content for you guys. So stay tuned. I'll have a video on that soon. As far as the spin the wheel video, where we did what was it? I spun that wheel on who to do. I'm going to do an NHL franchise mode. Spoiler alert: the Jets won. So we'll be doing an NHL 22 franchise mode with the Jets. My capture card has arrived, so I will be able to record the gameplay and make that video for you guys. So expect that sometime this weekend. And then, so there's that. And I want to do something else. If you guys have any topics for like top 10s that you want me to do, I like making top 10 posts and graphics. So I'm talking about stuff. So that's a really good and simple, easy thing for me to talk about. So if you guys want to see, like, get my like top 10 opinion on like, top 10 left wings or top 10 goalies. Oh, I already did goalies, but top 10 players under 25, or top 10 coaches or whatever. Let me know. Let me know if you guys are interested in top 10 videos. We can get some of that stuff going, but I'll mainly use that stuff for my social medias. But if you want me to make like an in-depth response of why I have my list the way that I do, I will be more than happy to make a video about explaining myself. So there's that, and there's one more thing I wanted to say. I don't know if I should make a TikTok. I don't think I should make a TikTok. I'm not a big TikToker. I'm not a huge fan of TikTok. I just I don't enjoy that platform a whole lot. I know it's a good way to go viral, but I don't know. I don't like the content on there, honestly. I think I don't know. I'm not a huge fan. Not a big TikToker. So don't expect a TikTok from me. So expect just the 3 social media channels from me. Expect, again, Pulse Sports Talk on Instagram, Twitter, and then, of course, the Pulse Sports YouTube channel that we got going on here. So yeah, a lot of fun stuff planned in the future. So again, it looks like I haven't done anything on the YouTube, and that's because, like I said, quantity over quality. I want to make good stuff, as opposed to just pumping out a bunch of stuff that I'm not proud of, So that's what we got so far. Later on tonight, the Blues and the Avalanche game 2. Avalanche won the game. Avalanche won game 1. Was it 3-2? 3-2 in overtime. Yep, 3-2 in overtime. A goal by Josh Manson was the game winner. So we will get game 2 tonight. I think if the Panthers do this game, I might do game 3 of that series next time, or later on, that is. So yeah, expect that. I'll make an announcement on my socials if I decide to, but yeah, it should be good. I kind of want to go over some of the numbers here. I made these sheets for each team going in, and I seem to have mixed up my numbers a lot, so I'm going to just take a quick look at those. Colton, 79. I think I'm pretty good on the Lightning roster. It's the Panthers roster that I'm kind of having trouble with. So Duclair. Usually after the first period, I get a little bit better with the numbers and the names. I think I'm pretty much there. But yeah, we're about to head into the second period here. 1-0 Tampa Bay. Let's see, anything else I want to add about this game? The play kind of reminds me of the excuse me. The play in this game kind of reminds me of what I saw earlier on in the Stars and the Flames series, games 1 and 2. A lot of just dumping the puck in at the blue line. Not a whole lot of shots. Just defensive play. I think, like I said before, I think the Lightning are just trying to shut down the Panthers in the neutral zone and not letting them get anything going offensively. I think that seems to be the strategy because, like I said before, the Panthers are a very good offensive team if they are allowed to create offense. And right now they're getting stood up at the Tampa Bay blue line. And that's that. Oh, I did want to talk about the physicality in this game. There's been so many hits. Patrick Maroon, has thrown two giant hits so far. Let's see. Mackenzie Weegar has thrown some hits. I believe I saw Ekblad throw one, or Gudis threw some. Who else did? There was another one. I think there was another Lightning player that did it. Corey Perry took a hit. Yeah, Corey Perry took a hit earlier. So the Panthers, they haven't scored. And they're not necessarily scoring, but they are making their physical presence felt. They are setting the tone with big hits in the neutral zone, big hits in the corner. They're hitting, man. They're hitting hard, and they're making the Lightning feel it. So they're not scoring, but believe me, they are. They're showing their presence. Getting set for the second period here. Should start any moment now. This game is on TNT. But for here, it's Pulse Sports. Lightning and the Panthers have the most hits out of any teams in the playoffs thus far. So that's a stat to watch out for. Lightning win the draw. McDonough in his own zone. Lightning are 4-1 when leading after one period. Finally, McDonough sends it over the blue line and into the Panther zone. Brandon Hagel would have been the first person on it there, but another player came in and stole it away. It is Luosterainen. Luosterainen moving it over, drops it off to Forsling, but the play is offside. Corey Perry actually took a shot to the face in warm-ups. He shot the puck and it went off the post and hit him in the face, but he was back playing this game. And Chernak took a shot from Forsling to the face. He left, and he is... I don't think he's back. I haven't seen him. He was playing with Hedman, so we'll see. We'll see if he's out. If who's out there was Hedman. Shot from behind his own net. Will look to break it out over the red line. Stretch pass for Duclair. Duclair gets it over the blue line and immediately turns it over to Killorn. Killorn over the red line to Paul. Paul between two Panthers takes a shot and a pad save by Bobrovsky. Taken by Bennett. Turns it over to Kucherov up front. Shot by Killorn and it's swallowed up by Bobrovsky. Excellent save on the one-timer from Alex Killorn. Sergei Bobrovsky was ready. So a turnover in their own end leads to a Kucherov to Killorn one-timer, and Bobrovsky makes an excellent save. That shot was going 6-hole, and Bobrovsky said no. Killorn in these playoffs, no goals, but he has 4 assists for 4 points. Panthers win the draw, and they will get it out of their own zone. Stretch pass, nobody home, and is picked up by Hedman in the Lightning zone. He battles with Verhaeghe. His puck squirts out, and a shot there from Ekblad is blocked. And that was blocked by Stamkos, and he is feeling it, and he is hunched over. He'll get it and is trying to whack it out of the zone. Puck goes straight up in the air, though, and it's a battle in the near corner. Won by Barkov. Gets up top for Ekblad. Ekblad moves it over to Barkov. Barkov. Hedman working on him. Barkov at the blue line. Turns over to Giroux. Giroux gets it back over to Ekblad, and a shot goes wide. Barkov picks up in the near corner. Sherrod. Over to Ekblad. Ekblad. Shot. Makes it to Vasilevsky. He'll pat it away. And the puck is deflected back out into the neutral zone. Lightning make a change. I'll have to keep an eye on Steven Stamkos' condition as the night goes on. Sherrod plays it over to Ekblad along the near boards. It's Reinhardt. Puck will make its way out to McDonough. He'll play it over the blue line. Battle along the near boards. Maroon gets it back to his defense, and they'll work it up over the Panther line, but it's picked up by Ekblad. He blows a tire and it's stolen away by Bellemare. Luckily, Reinhart is able to help out Ekblad, and there's a delayed penalty for that play. So it was a tripping call on Bellemare on Ekblad. So looks like Bellemare will be going to the box, and the Panthers have a chance to tie it on the power play. It's their first of the night. Their power play has not been good this playoffs, and I thought Ekblad blew a tire there, but it looks like it was in fact Bellemare that tripped him up. So it'll be a tripping call on Bellemare at 17:45 to go in the second period. And like I said before, Stamkos took a shot to the foot, and he is headed to the locker room. And he is hobbling on one foot. That does not look good for Steven Stamkos. So hope that he's okay, but he took a shot to the foot. And yeah, Panthers are 0 for 21 in the 2022 playoffs. They have not scored a power play goal thus far. Draw is won by the Lightning. It is Chernak. So Chernak is back. Good to see. And he dumps it in, and Ekblad to retrieve it from behind his own net. So good to see Chernak back out there, but the current situation for the Lightning is Steven Stamkos is in the locker room. Giroux over the blue line. Gets it in. Centering pass back to Giroux. Giroux at the top of the circle. Up top, it's Ekblad. Ekblad will get it over to Barkov. Barkov over to Giroux. Back up top for Ekblad. A shot, and it goes straight into the glove of Andrei Vasilevsky. 1:27 to go on the power play. There's a cannon of a shot by Ekblad, but Vasilevsky was screened by Reinhart too, but he makes a good play and just sticks his glove out to make that save. Draw is to his left in the near circle. It is Giroux about to do battle with, show the camera again, Cirelli. And Cirelli is about to be kicked out, and Killorn will take his place. Draw is won by the Panthers. Battle at the circle. Puck makes it back out to the top. Huberdeau slides it over, looking for Giroux, and the puck went wide. Back up top, it's not Ekblad. Well, it is Ekblad now. Huberdeau with it now at the top of the circle. Huberdeau a shot, and it's blocked in front, and the Lightning will get it out. Puck will go all the way back down and be played by Bobrovsky. He'll drop it off to Montour, and here he comes over his own blue line. And the Lightning stand him up at the line. Montour retrieves it again. 52 seconds to go on the power play. Verhaeghe over the red line. Trying to work around 3 Lightning players. Tall task for anybody. Palat steals it away from him. And now the Panthers will work it over the blue line again. Duclair tries to center one for Hornquist, and just went past him, and into the neutral zone it goes. It'll be picked up again by Montour, and the Panthers will make a change. 27 seconds to go on the power play. Panthers about to go 0 for 22 in the playoffs. Not good, not good. Duclair along the near boards. Tried to get it to Bennett. The pass was too off for him to handle. Kept in, though. Bennett along the near boards. Gets it up top to Montour. Faked the shot. Moves it over. Shot from the circle goes wide. Again, picked up by Bennett on the near boards. Back up top from Montour. Montour slides over to Bennett. Bennett tried to center it for Duclair, but it's picked off by the Lightning, and that'll do it for the penalty. We're back at full strength. Behind the net is Montour, but it is an icing as the penalty had expired. 15:37 to go in the second period. Tampa Bay leads 1-0 in the game and the series. We'll say Carter Verhaeghe has looked good in this game. He's probably one of the more noticeable Panthers thus far, if I'm being honest. Starts at 13-9 in favor of the Panthers. And we got Giroux and Bellemare on the draw, and it's won by Bellemare. Behind Vasilevsky. Puck goes back out to the blue line, and it'll be chipped in. Nick Paul was the intended recipient, but the Panthers will poke it back out, and it's Hedman to play it in his own zone. Behind the net, he sends it to Sergachev, who blows a tire. Centering pass for the Panthers. Turnover shot. Sticked away by Vasilevsky. Forsling back up top. Moves it in for Giroux. Giroux at the point takes a shot and it goes wide. Picked up by Reinhart. Reinhart checked into the boards by Sergachev. Lightning try to get out and they can't. Reinhart picks it back up. Drops it off for Giroux. Giroux sends it back up top to Weegar. Weegar with a shot goes wide. First one to pick it up is Giroux. Giroux tries to get it back up top for Weegar, and he does. Weegar keeps it in. But that is intercepted by Belmar, and he'll get it out to center ice. Braden Hagel was there. He has it now. He'll dump it in behind, and Bobrovsky to play it. He'll drop it off for Forsling. Both teams will make a change. Forsling trying to break out and get something started for the Panthers. He'll dump it in. First one on it is Hornquist. Hornquist sends it back around for Achari. Big hit in the corner by Bogosian on Achari. Achari is taken down and no penalty is called. Bogosian over the blue line into the Panthers zone. Takes a shot and a save made by Bobrovsky. Puck goes around the boards. Along the near wall it is now. Puck goes out to the blue line and Ruda couldn't hold it in. He'll just dump it in, and the first player on it is Ekblad. Ekblad dumps it back out to center ice. No icing. Bogosian to play it. 13:47 to go in the second period. Puck is dumped in. It'll be taken by Sherratt behind his own net. Ben Sherratt, acquired earlier in the season from the Montreal Canadiens. One of the few pieces that the Panthers added at the deadline. Shot from the point is sticked aside by Vasilevsky. Around the corner it goes. Giroux leaves it. Trying to look for Barkov, but Foot was there, and they battle along the boards. And eventually the puck will come out, and it'll be taken away by Sergachev. Sergachev looking to break out for the Lightning. He's trying to get over to Nick Paul, and he does. Paul over the blue line. Moving with speed. Into the near corner it goes. Working on him is Gudis. Good job defensively. Killorn turns it over, and Montour gets it out to center ice. It's Giroux now. Giroux, noticeable in this period. Button hooks, looks for reinforcements, dumps it in for Barkov. Battling along in the near corner with Palat. Back up top. Giroux at the far circle takes a shot, and it goes wide. Picked up by Hedman. Along the boards now come the Lightning. They'll get it to the blue line and dump it in. He was hit at the blue line, and Forsling from behind his own net. Belmar applying pressure. Forsling. Maroon applies pressure on him and takes it away. Maroon centers to Belmar, and he takes a shot, and it's stopped by Bobrovsky. A lot of turnovers in this game for both teams, and they'll want to shore that up if they want any chance of winning. They're at commercial. Shots are 15-9 in favor of the Panthers. Panthers have done a good job offensively in this period. They're applying pressure and they're getting shots. Face-off percentage. Lightning are now winning 52.9 to 47.1. Florida's 0 for 1 on the power play. Tampa Bay is 1 for 1. Hits are 27 to 21 in favor of the Panthers. 8 blocks to 4 in favor of the Panthers. 7 giveaways for Florida. Oh man, I accidentally clicked a pop-up ad. Okay. Alright. So 5 giveaways for the Lightning, and then 2 takeaways for the Panthers, 1 for the Lightning. I'm noticing a lot of turnovers. There's a lot of turnovers. A lot of sloppy play, honestly, from both teams. But so far, it's just the one goal from the power play for the Lightning. 12:23 to go in the second period. I gotta say, it's kind of hard to see the players' numbers as they're skating through when watching it on TV, as opposed to in game. If I was in arena, it'd be so much easier to see who was who. But on the TV, you get this motion blur from the camera moving. So sometimes it's hard to pick up who's doing what and who has it, which is kind of annoying. But it is what it is. Just one thing that I've noticed kind of difficult to see because of that little motion blur as the camera's moving. But Panthers had some good looks. Their power play is atrocious. Oh my heavens, the power play is not good. Oh jeez. Ugh. They need to just get possession of the puck, get set up, and then start taking shots. 0 for 22 in the playoffs is bad. It's I don't know what else to say. It's bad. They need to shore up their power play. Draw is to the right of Bobrovsky. Paul wins the draw, but the Panthers type defensively. Now it's Forsling behind the net. He'll look to break out. Forsling over the red line. Stick away by the Lightning, and now Paul will dump it in. He is checked at the red line. Weegar from behind his own net. Radko Gudas led the NHL in hits, and you can see he's a big hitter in this game. Centering pass for Bennett from Huberdeau, and the Lightning turn it aside. Great defensive play. Puck is held in at the blue line. Try to get it there, and it's tripped up is Reinhart, and another Panther is taken down. No penalty is called. Kucherov at the blue line, and now... Oh, that was a delay offside. I thought we were getting a penalty. Nope, no penalty. So, Sergachev in his own zone, looking for reinforcements as the Lightning are making a change. 11:30 to go in the second period. Shots are 15-10 in favor of the Panthers. Over the red line. And it's an icing. So, I really like what the Panthers have done. Oh, sorry, dude. I meant to change this. Darn, that's like my one flaw. I always forget to change the score bug. Don't forget to change the score bug. You gotta remember that. So, we are in the second period. Not the first intermission. We're in the second period. I like what the Panthers have done offensively in this period. They look a lot better. Wow, tongue twister. They look pretty good offensively. They just haven't put anything home so far. Panthers win the draw. Puck is taken by Ekblad. Sends it behind the net for Barkov in his own zone. Barkov turns it over. Shot by Stamkos. Yes, Stamkos. Stamkos has returned. Just wanted to double check. Stamkos in the near corner, battling with Barkov. Puck is taken at the blue point, turned over to Turnak. Turnak with a drive, and it's swallowed up by Sergei Bobrovsky. So, good news for Lightning fans. Stamkos has returned. So Stamkos and Turnak both returned to the game. Good news if you're a Tampa Bay Lightning fan. Also good news for you if you're a Lightning fan. You're winning 1-0, and you're winning in the series 1-0. So, not bad. But the Panthers have done a little bit more offensively in this period compared to the first. They look better. The Lightning are playing some good defense, man. They're playing pretty good defensively. Draw is to the left of Bobrovsky. It'll be Belmar and Luosterainen on the draw. Draw is won by Belmar. It's taken by Colton. Colton at the circle. Backhand shot. Patted away by Bobrovsky. Panthers with it now. At center ice. It is tipped away. Maroon will dump it in. And Bobrovsky will come out to play it. Around the boards. Panthers work it into the neutral zone. Gudas moving it over the blue line. Gudas with a shot, and it's directly into the glove of Andrei Vasilevsky. And now we get some extracurricular activities afterwards as a scrum has ensued. Maroon is at the center of it, no surprise, and also Radko Gudas. Again, not a surprise. Those two are at the center of it. Gudas has lost his bucket. The referee is talking to him. Not sure if we're going to get a penalty on this play. The Panthers did a good job of tipping it through the neutral zone, and puck eventually made it to Gudas, who was coming right down Broadway, and eventually just shot it right into the glove of Vasilevsky. He was ready. No screen in front. Simple save for the Big Cat. Afterwards, it was Maroon and McDonough who were face-washing Radko Gudas, and they ripped off his bucket. And Gudas will go to the bench. And I don't believe there will be a penalty. So, like I said earlier, Colorado and St. Louis tonight. they will play at 9:30 Eastern. Colorado leads 1-0. And then tomorrow, Hurricanes and Rangers, and then Flames and Oilers. Carolina leads 1-0, and then Calgary leads 1-0. Good stuff. Playoff hockey is great, and I like the first round the most because you get a lot of games, a lot of playoff action. Really the best games, I think. Second round is good too, but once you get into the third round and the final, it's good hockey, but it's so, there's just not a lot of it. As teams are getting eliminated, you get less games, so that's the one drawback. Lightning get it out, and it's offside on the Panthers as Mackenzie Weegar took it over the blue line. 10:23 to go in the second period. Lightning with a 1-0 lead. Again, this reminds me a lot of the Stars and... Oh, excuse me, I gotta stop yawning. Stars and Flames series from round 1. Just a lot of defensive play. Not a whole lot happening offensively, but the Panthers have gotten better in this period. We'll see what the Lightning can do. Hedman dumps it in. Bobrovsky plays it over to Forsling. Forsling along the far boards. Gets it to center. No icing as it's dumped in. Vasilevsky plays it over to Nick Paul. Paul gets it to the blue line, and now it was Killorn streaking in, but it's poked aside by Weegar, and he'll get it up into the neutral zone. Hedman and Barkov into the near corner in the Tampa Bay zone. Paul joins the fray, and Lightning are able to... Well, they haven't won the puck yet. Hedman has been taken down twice. And finally, Giroux gets the puck, and they'll send it around the boards. And we get a penalty coming, and it's going to be on the Lightning. So the Panthers will go back to the power play. And let's see if they can get their first power play goal of the playoffs. They're 0 for 22. And it's Victor Hedman that's going to the box. Let's see. Was it a high stick? Oh, he punched Giroux in the face. Yeah, that'll do it. So, a left hook by Victor Hedman sends him to the penalty box. The official call is... Can we get an update here on the NHL app? At some point, maybe. Hedman to the box. The Panthers have not done anything on the power play. Oh, excuse me. Oh, the Panthers have not done anything on the power play to this point. So, they got to get that sorted out. 0 for 22. That's bad. That's really bad. Man. All right. What is the penalty call? It doesn't say. It just says penalty to the Lightning at 10:24 in the second period against Claude Giroux. Okay, but it's Victor Hedman that's going to the box. I know that much. But as far as I can tell you, he punched Giroux in the face with a left hook. So yeah, that'll get you. That'll get you a penalty. Their commercial. You know what? I'm gonna step aside for a second. I gotta make it a drink or something. Alright, Panthers are on the power play. Battling the boards. Again, 0 for 22. And the Lightning will send it, try to get it out, and they do. Cirelli was able to chop it at the blue line and pull all the way back to Bobrovsky. Ekblad to pick it up. I got myself one of these, just for some caffeine. Oh, it's stolen away from Killorn, and the puck squeaks away from Bobrovsky! And, oh man, he's able to hold on to it. But it looks like There's a turnover in the Panthers zone, and Alex Killorn took a shot, and it squeaked through Bobrovsky's 6-hole, and the puck was trickling towards the goal line, and he was able to fall back onto it. The power play for the Panthers is terrible, man. Oh my gosh, for a team this offensively gifted, they are terrible. Oh my gosh. Not sponsored, by the way, but man, 1:09 to go in the power play for Florida. 8:42 to go in the second period. Yeah, they're offensively gifted, that's for sure, but man, dude, their power play is not good. Chernak battling with Barkov, and Huberdeau sends it back up top for Reinhart. Reinhart back to Huberdeau along the far boards, and the puck is deflected all the way back into the neutral zone. And the Panthers just can't get anything going on the power play. Over. Shot for Verhaeghe, and it goes wide. Blocked by Chernak in the corner. It is Huberdeau. Gets it back up top for Ekblad. Ekblad looking. Gets it to Giroux. Giroux from the near circle. Drops it back for Ekblad. Ekblad gets it back to Giroux at the circle. Giroux. Shot. Goes wide. Picked up back by Ekblad. Sends it over to Huberdeau. Huberdeau back for Ekblad. Taps it to Giroux. Giroux at the top of the near circle. Giroux gliding in. Now in the near corner. Sends it back over to Verhaeghe. Blocked by Paul. And the puck goes behind the net. Be picked up by Chernak. And the puck will not make its way out. Held in by the Panthers 2 seconds ago. And the penalty is over. But the Panthers retain possession. Verhaeghe tries to get it to a Panther. And it is deflected out of play. Sticked aside by a Lightning player. And the Panthers are 0 for 23 in these playoffs. That's so bad. I just, they got to get something going on the power play if they want to win, man. They're 0 for 2 in the power play in this game. They're 0 for 23 in the entire playoffs. That's unbelievable. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that. Draw be at center ice. I don't know. We're gonna have to check that stat in the intermission, or if somebody wants to find that for me, what the worst power play record was in the playoffs, like how long a team went 0 for whatever in the playoffs. Let's see what that record is, because this Panthers power play is bad. Behind the net it goes, into the near corner. Stamkos working with Weegar, stolen away by the Panthers, and they'll work it out to center ice, and they'll look to break out. Moving on in, shot is stopped by Vasilevsky, and the puck will go out of play, so we'll get a draw in the Lightning zone. And they're going to go to commercial. See, the thing I don't understand, okay, is they'll advertise the Stanley Cup playoffs during the Stanley Cup playoffs. Like, I don't understand. Like, the playoff ads are cool, don't get me wrong. I like the playoff ads. But why are you advertising for something that your viewer is already watching? You know, you know what I'm saying? Like, the commercials where it's like, they want the cup. They want the cup. You know, it's like, we are already watching it. Panthers win the draw. Sending it from behind the net. Sam Bennett has it. And there's a ton of players behind the net. Eventually, a puck squeaks out to Palat in the corner. They battle again. So, yeah. And across the blue line, finally, it's Nick Paul. Gets it over to Sergachev, and he'll just dump it in. Around the boards it goes, and it's picked up by Anthony Duclair. Duclair turns it over to Killorn. Centering pass, and it's picked up by the Panthers. Hornquist gets it over to Montour. Montour in the near boards. Montour looks to center, and it's stopped by Vasilevsky, and it's poked aside. And here come the Lightning. It's Killorn at the red line, dumping it in, and it'll be picked up by the Panthers. Montour will dump it in into the catch and go of Vasilevsky. He elects to play it, and the Lightning, over the red line they go. It's Hagel moving in with speed. Hagel on the backhand. Behind the net he goes, and he's pushed aside by Gudis, and then hammered by Luosterainen. Hedman keeping the puck in for the Lightning. Hagel joins the fray, but they can't keep it in, and Perry will have it at the red line. He tries to dump it in. It'll be carried in by Hagel. Gets it to Perry. Perry centering pass, and it's sticked aside by the Panthers. Able to break up that pass. McDonough for the Lightning at the blue line. McDonough walking the line. McDonough from the circle takes a shot, and it's deflected. Gets to Bobrovsky, and we got a penalty. Who is going to go? it might be Gudis. Yeah, just from the way that he is screaming at the referee, it's Gudis. Oh, yeah, it's Gudis. And they're going to commercial, so let's talk about this. Lightning are 1 for 1 on the power play in this game. Only goal to this point. Deflection by Corey Perry on a shot by Steven Stamkos. Went right to the tape of Perry, over the glove side of Bobrovsky. Not a lot he could do there. So, not on Bobrovsky, but that's the goal. Only goal so far. It came on the power play. So, 1-0. I gotta say, while the Panthers' power play is not impressive, the Lightning's power play has been. If they come out and they score another power play goal here, that could be the difference. As the Panthers are having a tough time scoring here so far. So, we'll see. 5:35 to go in the second period. You know what? I wouldn't panic if I was the Panthers. I saw something similar with the Kings when we did that game, that live stream. The Kings and the Oilers, Game 6. The Oilers, I believe, were up 2-0. Yes. 2-0 going into the third period. And I was like, well, if the Kings don't get the next goal, they're done. They're screwed. But they did, and they got the next one. So they tied it 2-2, and then the Oilers, Tyson Barrie scored, and that was the icebreaker, and that was the end of it. And they got an empty netter. But I think we could be headed towards a similar situation here if Tampa Bay scores. If not, then it could be similar, but not as drastic, as it would only be a 1-0 lead, and that's only just a shot away, so we will see. But it is Radko Gudis in the box for cross-checking. And, yeah. He cross-checked Hagel in the back in front of the net. So, yeah, good penalty. Or not good penalty, but good call, I guess. Good catch by the referees. And he's going to the box. So, draw will be to the left of Bobrovsky. Lightning with a draw. Hedman gets over to Perry. Perry in the slot. Sends it back up to Hedman up top. Hedman walks the line. Looking for something to open up. Sends it over to Kucherov. Kucherov centers it. Centering pass on the shot by Corey Perry is stopped by Bobrovsky. He turns it away into the near corner. Puck is now in the Lightning possession. Kucherov from the slot takes a shot and it's blocked in front and stopped by Sergei Bobrovsky. 5:11 to go in the second period. About 30 seconds off the power play. And a good look so far for the Lightning. The Lightning power play looks good. I gotta tell you, the Panthers should take notes. Because the Lightning power play looks good. 1:36 to go on the penalty. Tampa Bay is 4 for 7 in this series. So, yeah, they're doing pretty good. They win the draw, but a good defensive play by Huberdeau, I think. And puck goes all the way back out to the Lightning, so they'll make a change. Hedman carries it over the red line. Elects to drop it back for Kucherov. He'll bring it over the blue line. Sends it over to Perry. Gets it to Hedman at the line. Sends it over to Stamkos at the far circle. And it's poked away by Huberdeau. Great defensive play on back-to-back plays. And Hedman from his own zone will try and do a stretch pass. And he gets it. Connects with Perry. Perry over to Stamkos into the slot. Shot save made by Bobrovsky. And the puck deflects into the half wall on the far side. It'll be taken by Kucherov. A shot from the point is sticked away by Bobrovsky. Picked up. And taken away by Achari over the red line. And he still has it. He'll just carry it in behind the Tampa Bay net. And he throws a hit on Stamkos as well. So great job by Noel Achari to kill some time off on this penalty. 33 seconds to go as Palat carries it over the Florida line. And he'll turn it over and it'll be picked up by Forsling. Forsling will try and get it out. And he does. It'll go all the way down. And Vasilevsky will leave it for Sergachev. 3:51 to go in the second period. 13 seconds to go on the power play. Killorn sends it over to Paul. Back up top. It is Ross Colton trying to dump it in and get some magic going, but the Panthers said no. Penalty is over. Back at 5-on-5. Tries to send it over for Ekblad, and a shot couldn't get off by the Panthers defenseman. Here come the Lightning. Into the neutral zone they go. stood up by Ekblad, and Bennett is there to help. But Paul pokes it away. Paul in the near corner, button hooks, and dumps it back around for Killorn. Killorn in the far corner, sends it back up top. McDonough with it now at the near circle. Back up top for Chernak. Chernak gets it over a shot, and it's blocked away by Bobrovsky. Centering pass, and nobody was home for the Lightning. They still have it. Into the slot. It's Stamkos shot from the circle, and it's sticked aside by Sergei Bobrovsky. 2:58 to go in the first period. Tampa Bay leads 1-0. Shots are 20-17 in favor of the Panthers. And a reminder, if you want updates on sports news and really anything sports, we're focusing a lot on the NHL now because the NHL playoffs are going on. If you want updates on that and updates on when I post things, go follow my Twitter and Instagram, Pulse Sports Talk. And hope to see you guys there. I post things like top 10, so they did a top 10 goalie post. So if you want to get into the discussion, talk about some sports, by all means, go drop me a follow. McDonough at the point, sends it over. On the half wall now. Back up top for Chernak. Chernak a drive, and it's blocked in front. Picked up by McDonough. McDonough is hounded in the corner by Mackenzie Weegar. Good defensive play there, and the Panthers are able to get it out. Giroux chips it back up to Huberdeau. Huberdeau looking for a centering pass. Finds a Panther shot, and a save made by Andrei Vasilevsky on Gustav Forsling. 2:36 to go in the second period. It's a really good play over the blue line. Huberdeau waited, got the pass he wanted, got it over to Forsling, but Forsling took his time on that shot. Really, if he shot that a little bit sooner, probably could have had something better going for us. He shot that one right into the crest of Andrei Vasilevsky, but it's a good scoring chance nonetheless. Draw is to the right of Vasilevsky in the far corner. Battle is won by the Lightning, and the puck ends up at Vasilevsky's feet, but he'll play it, and the puck will go all the way out to the center logo. It'll be played by the Panthers. It's Weegar with it now. Weegar will hand it off to his defense partner, and the captain of the Panthers has it now, and he'll work over the red line. Barkov dancing. Barkov into the shot, and it's sticked away by Vasilevsky. Barkov trying to do it himself on that play. Behind the net now, the Lightning have it in the near corner. It's Palat. Palat will dump it in, and it'll be Weegar, the first man on it. Paul working on him. Panthers have it now over the red line. They're moving with speed. Drop pass. Shot there by Luosterainen. And they score! The Panthers have tied the game. 1:53 to go in the second period on a second effort on the shot by Luosterainen. Tie game. Tie game, folks. We have a tie. Let's watch this play breakdown. So it's a shot by Luosterainen, and Vasilevsky just loses it, and Forsling might have had a second effort. Yeah, Vasilevsky got a piece of it, and it eventually trickled in. So Forsling didn't touch it, and that goal is going to go to Luosterainen. With, I think it's 2 minutes to go. 1:53. In the second period. So, Panthers have tied it, and it looks like the fans are going nuts. Sorochev with it in his own zone. Will play it up to Colton. Colton moves it to Belmar over the Panthers line. He evades a Panther. Puck is picked up by Gudis. And, oh man, I'm getting a spam call. I don't want a spam call right now. I'm in the middle of the game. Alright, big hit at center ice. Couldn't see who it was. It was out of camera range. But man, big hit at the red line. Panthers have a ton of energy now. Here they come. Duclair will dump it into the near corner. Battles with Foot. Throws a check, and it'll be able to be picked up by Carter Verhaeghe. Verhaeghe drops to Duclair. Duclair over to Bennett. Over to Verhaeghe. A shot, and it's stopped by Vasilevsky. And I believe Verhaeghe ended up crashing into him, but Vasilevsky was still able to make the save. They picked up by Hagel. Sends it over his blue line. Lightning have it at center ice. It's Kucherov. Kucherov evades a couple Panthers, and Kucherov loses it eventually to Verhaeghe. Verhaeghe will dump it in, and the Panthers will work it in. 46 seconds to go in the second period. We have a stoppage of play. We have a penalty. Tripping, and I think, based off the crowd's reaction, It is Kucherov going to the penalty box. So, in a sudden turn of events, the Panthers have scored, and they are going back to the power play. They are 0 for 2 on the evening, so not good there, but even worse, they are 0 for 23 in the playoffs. So the Panthers, to take the lead, are looking for their first power play goal of the postseason. And the crowd is on their feet in South Florida. Rally towels are waving. Giroux loses the draw, and the Lightning will get it out. 40 seconds to go in the second period. Puck will go around, and Bobrovsky to play it. Leaves it for Barkov. Maybe one last push before the period ends. Barkov, over his own blue line, will elect to drop it back for Giroux. Giroux, moving with speed over the red line, gets it over to the near boards, and it's sticked away by Cirelli. Cirelli, 2-on-1, over to Paul. Paul in the slot, a shot, and it's stopped by Bobrovsky. An excellent save, and the Panthers have it now. 18 seconds to go. It is Reinhart, moving over the blue line, drops it off. Moves it over for the Panthers, dropped up at top for Barkov. Barkov slides over to Duclair, a shot, a pass, save by Vasilevsky. Sprawling out to make that save, just got a piece of it to stop Duclair. Panthers still in the power play, 2 seconds to go, and one Barkov with a shot and a stop by Vasilevsky. And we have a tie game headed into the third. 24 shots to 18 for the Panthers. The score is 1-1, and wow, what a final sequence of events there. Unbelievable save by Andrei Vasilevsky. The shot was a one-timer by Anthony Duclair, and he was sliding on his knees and was able to get just enough of it with his pad to deny Anthony Duclair. Unreal. The game is tied at 1-1, and it should be very exciting heading into the third period. We'll talk about it in just a second. We are now in the second intermission. Let's see the official assists on that goal. So it's Luosterainen at 18:07 of the second period, assisted by Forsling and Giroux. That is Luosterainen's first goal of the postseason, and Giroux's 5th assist. And Forsling's 3rd. So, and then in the first period we had, I'm trying to write this down. Perry, power play goal from Stamkos and Hedman. Okay. And that goal came at .12:06 in the first. Okay. So, tie game. Tie game, people. Wow. So, I wanted some offensive action, and man, I was blessed with it. So, in the final moments, we saw the Panthers streaking in, and it was Luosterainen with the shot that Vasilevsky did get a piece of. It went through underneath his arm, and he got a piece of it, and the puck just trickled into the goal. Tied the game. Thought Forsling might have gotten a piece of it, but no, the goal is going to go to Luosterainen. That might be his first career playoff goal, if I'm not mistaken. So, congrats to him. Luosterainen with the goal there, and Florida is still on the power play to start the second period, so they have a minute and 13 to go on that. But again, I as I said at the top of the period, well, not the top of the period, but maybe like halfway through, I liked what the Panthers were doing offensively in that period. They were so much better offensively in the second period compared to the first, and it showed, and they were rewarded for it. So let's take a look at the stats through 2 periods. Shots on goal are 26-18 in favor of the Panthers. Face-off percentage, both are even at 50%. Tampa Bay is 1 for 2 in the power play. Florida is 0 for 3, but they're in the middle of one right now, so that could change. 37 hits for the Panthers, 25 for the Lightning. Panthers have been physical in this game. Blocks are 11-9 in favor of the Lightning. Giveaways 6-8. Lightning 6, Panthers 8. 4 takeaways for Florida, 3 takeaways for Tampa Bay. Shots per period. Excuse me. Panthers took 10 in the first period. Lightning took 6. Lightning took 12 in the second period, and the Panthers took 16, giving us a total of 18 for the Lightning and 26 for the Panthers. So, that is the story so far. I like what we're seeing. I like this game. So, let's we did a recap, we did the stats. Let's talk a little bit about this is something I want to talk about in one of the intermissions, and so I feel like this is a good time to talk about it. Let's talk about the Florida Panthers fan situation and this idea that the Panthers don't have fans. Very clearly, if you watch a Panthers game, that arena is sold out. The statistics show that they're selling out their arena. The Panthers have fans, so I think that narrative should stop. The narrative that the Panthers don't have fans is over, I think. Because listen, here's the thing. If a team sucks, or if a team isn't good, and they're not playing very well, they're not, like, no one's going to go watch them. Like the Coyotes. Like, the Coyotes are not a good hockey team. Their record shows that. They're not good. They're rebuilding. Everybody knows that. No one's going to pay, like $100 to go watch a hockey team that isn't good. No one's going to do that. So, of course, they're having trouble selling out. As the case with the Panthers, they were struggling, like, the last couple of years. They weren't a good hockey team at that point, and so it was no surprise that they weren't selling out. Bad hockey teams don't sell out. Good ones do. And so now that the Panthers are good, lo and behold, now they're selling out. So I think the narrative that the Panthers don't have fans need to stop. I think if any team is good, they're going to sell out. I mean, look at the example I have is the Coyotes. The Coyotes are not a good hockey team and they're not selling out. But if they were a good hockey team, I believe that they could. I believe they would have good attendance. Attendance is not... I mean, there's a few... Well, that's a little different, actually. There's a few factors for the Coyotes. Their arena situation wasn't the best. I believe it was in a bad location. But for the most part, if you have a good team, people are going to come see it. And, the Panthers have a good team and people are coming to see them. People will drive, an hour or however far it is to the Florida arena to go watch this team because they're good. So the Panthers do have fans. That narrative needs to stop. The Panthers are a good team, and this run, however far they may go, will help them in getting fans. So they're showing the power play stats for the Panthers right now. So let's talk about that. They have had 23 chances in the playoffs, averaging 3.88 shots on the power play per game. No goals on the power play. They were 24.4% in the regular season with 64 goals. Nothing in the postseason. So they have some issues on the power play that they need to fix. And if they can't, at some point in the series, I think they might lose the series based off not solely because of the power play, but if you can't score in the power play, power play opportunities are almost like they're like gifts. Like a team makes a mistake and you're gifted an opportunity to score. Like, you should score on the power play. And the fact that, like, if you can't, that's a goal that's not in your favor. That could be a deciding factor in like winning a game or losing. Like right now, the Panthers in a tie game, right? The Lightning have made the most of their power play opportunities. They're 1 for 2. They have a goal. Panthers are 0 for 3 right now. So think about it. If the Panthers even have one power play goal on those 3 chances, they're winning the game right now, 2-1. So this could very well be a problem for the Panthers as the playoffs continue. It's something to watch out for later on. But they're going to have to figure out what to do. As for Tampa Bay, their power play looks really good. I really like Tampa Bay's power play so far. They get set up, they move the puck around, and then they start taking shots. As soon as they settled in and they got the Panthers on their heels, they start taking shots, and the power play for Tampa Bay looks really good. Let's see, who was good in the second period? Who stands out for me? Let's go with the Lightning first. Let's see. Steven Stamkos took a shot to the foot and he blocked it. He went to the locker room immediately. He did return. Chernak took a puck to the face in the first period. He ended up returning too, so that's good news if you're a Lightning fan. But players that stood out in the second period for me, Nick Paul. I thought Nick Paul made his presence known. He had the puck. He was making plays. Same with Brandon Hagel. Both are moving around, moving the puck, doing really good. Guy that I want a little bit more out of in the final frame, I would say Cirelli and Colton. I'm going to say two here just because I feel like they need to step up if the Lightning want to win this game. Cirelli and Colton are my guys for the Lightning. Cirelli has 1 goal, and that's it throughout these entire playoffs. He's got 1 point. Ross Colton, however, has 4 goals and 2 assists and 6 points, so we know he can be good in these playoffs. He's been good, but we know he can make a difference. Will he show up in this game? That's to be determined. So that's my guy for the Lightning. And then for the Panthers, who needs to start showing up here? Giroux was really good in the second period. I thought he made, his presence was felt. He was moving the puck around. He was doing great things with the puck, setting up opportunities, taking shots. So I like his game. I'm gonna go with Jonathan Huberdeau. He's got 1 goal, 3 assists for 4 points in these playoffs. He had 115 points in the regular season, 30 goals, 85 assists. We know he can be a great player. I need to see a little bit more from Hubie here. If you're a Panthers fan, it's you kind of want to get him going here. You want to see him start scoring, because without that, you need your stars to be great. So Huberdeau hasn't been bad necessarily. He's turned the puck over a few times, but he's made some offensive plays and done all right. But I feel like he can do a lot better. He just needs to stop turning the puck over for one. That's for sure. He needs to stop turning the puck over. I think he's had at least 2 turnovers. So I need to get that shored up. But so those are my guys to look out for in the third period. Guys that need to step up a little bit more in the third period. So what to expect here in the third? I expect the Panthers to come out with speed. Here's the thing. I don't know if the Lightning will come out and try and defend the Panthers, or if they'll try and match that energy. I think the problem that teams have when they play the Panthers is they try and match that energy instead of trying to shut them down. And that just turns the game into a track meet. And at that point, the Panthers are just running circles around teams and they're scoring. I mean, they won the President's Trophy for a reason. They're a really good team. And when teams can't catch up with them, that's when they have a problem defending. So I think the Lightning will try and come out and try and do what they did in the first period. I think they'll try and shut down the Panthers, suck away the momentum that they have generated with that goal in the second period late. Suck the energy out of the crowd and get one quick. If the Lightning can get a goal quick here, they're in good shape, 2-1. Then they can they can't sit back, but they can kind of play a little bit more of a defensive game. It'll suck the atmosphere out of the arena. So scoring a goal early would be great for both teams, but for the Lightning, it's especially crucial considering how the momentum is in Florida's favor right now. I'll be back in a second, but if you guys have any topics that you want me to talk about as we continue through the intermission, I think we have how much time is left in the intermission? About 5 minutes left in the intermission. So if you guys have any topics that you want me to talk about when I come back, I'll be back in about 30 seconds. So if you guys have any topics that you want me to talk about as we continue through the intermission, go ahead and drop that in the chat, and we'll talk about that later. If not, that's fine. I can continue talking. I'll be back in just a second. Alright, fellas, I'm back. Alright, so. Okay, nobody dropped anything in the chat. That's fine. I'm not salty about it. We can still have a good intermission. Let's see, what else? What else do I want to talk about here? Let's talk about my top 10 goalies post. So if you follow me on my socials, Pulse Sports Talk on Instagram and Twitter, you would have seen that I posted this post today. My top 10 NHL goalies. So in number 1, I have Vasilevsky. I talked about this in the intro before the game. Vasilevsky's great playoff performer. He's been the best goalie over the last couple of years. You could say like the last 3 years, 3 or 4 even. He's been the best goalie. He's a playoff performer. He shows up in clutch moments. He's number 1. Until somebody else proves that they can do that better than he can and dethrones him, he's number 1. So Vasilevsky's number 1. Shesterkin, he's a great goalie. He's going to win the Vezina. He's number 2. UC Saros is number 3. Saros is number 3 because he's so valuable to the Predators. He's a great goalie, number 1. Look at his stats. He's a Vezina finalist. He's a great goalie. So he's number 3, but, I mean, just look at the Predators without Saros. Without Saros, the Predators are awful. They lose to the Coyotes, which makes them have to play the Avalanche, right? They have like a 4-0 lead against the Coyotes, and they blow it in regulation. So now they have to play the Avalanche. And then they get swept by the Avalanche because they don't have Saros. And Saros, I mean, the rest of the Predators team did not play well in the playoffs, but Saros clearly is the MVP of that team. He means so much to them. He's just an amazing goalie. He's number 3. He's so valuable to the Predators. And the Preds fans, you guys have been blessed with good goalies. You had Rene and then you have Saros. And you're going to have Askarov soon. I see he signed his ELC today. Jacob Markstrom is number 4. Again, Vezina finalist. Had a really solid season. He was solid in Vancouver. He's solid in Calgary. He's number 4. 5, Marc-Andre Fleury. He hasn't had his best year this year, but we know that he's capable of great play. He makes some amazing saves. He was good for the Golden Knights in his time. He was okay for the Blackhawks, but like the Blackhawks, they're not good. They're not a good team anyway. So it doesn't surprise me that he wasn't doing his best there. Marc-Andre Fleury, Vezina winner last year. He's number 5. Freddie Anderson is number 6. Again, he had a really solid season with the Hurricanes. I think was he a Vezina finalist? No, he was not. But he could have been in the conversation for a Vezina finalist. He was great in Carolina. Freddie Anderson, really good goalie. I feel like he got the thrown under the bus in Toronto. I really don't think it was his fault in Toronto, but he's a Hurricane now, and he's number 6. He's a good goalie. That's your Demko. The Canucks would be so much worse without Demko. Just watch the Canucks when Halak is in, and that'll say enough. Demko's a really good goalie. He's still on the rise. He's still super young, so I expect him to maybe be able to go up this list later on. Maybe next year, if he continues things. Number 8, I have Darcy Kemper. I think Darcy Kemper is a really good goalie. I liked him when he was in Arizona, which his time in Arizona helps me know that he's a good goalie because he was good for a bad team. The reason he's at 8 is because I know he's a good goalie, but Colorado is so stacked in front of him, man. It's like, how do you tell? You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you know that the goalie's numbers aren't a product of the team in front of him? So. He has the benefit of playing for a really good team, so I put him at 8, but he's still a great goalie. Number 9, Tristan Jarry. Jarry was, I would say, in the Vezina conversation for the first half of the season. His play dipped a little bit in the second half, but he was pretty good, and we'll continue this later as they're back. So intermission is over, but yeah, I had Jarry, and then Ottinger was number 10. So that rounds up my top 10. Panthers have it in the Lightning zone. They're still on the power play. A minute to go left on that, and the Lightning take it, and they'll dump it all the way down. And Borowski to play it. Try and get the stats back. The app crashed. Panthers over the red line. Giroux with it now on the half wall. He'll dump it around for Huberdeau. Huberdeau at the near circle. Hubie with it now. Tries to center it. for Duclair, and the puck was taken away from him, and it'll be dumped all the way back down. Bobrovsky to play it again. 28 seconds to go on the power play for Florida. Barkov drops it back for Reinhart. Reinhart plays it along the boards. Moving in is Reinhart. In the corner, and tries to center it. Blocked by Belmar. Belmar takes it away. Tried to get it out. Good glove by Huberdeau to keep it in. But very persistent Belmar will chip it back out to center. Duclair over the blue line. Gets it to Huberdeau. Huberdeau in the slot. Tries to move it in. Duclair tries to center it. Shot! Saved made by Vasilevsky. On the rebound, it's picked up by the Lightning, and Killorn will try and get it out, but it's kept in by Huberdeau. Penalty is over. Huberdeau centers. Trying to get to Duclair. Back to Huberdeau. Huberdeau. Back up to the point, and it can't be held in by Ekblad, and so both teams will change. So again, Florida unable to capitalize, and I believe they are now 0 for 24 in the playoffs. They have not scored a power play goal. And now Ekblad and a Lightning player go down, and we're going to get a penalty. Question is who will it be? They cut the camera to some kind of, I don't know, stat thing. I don't really care. I just want to see. They're showing the Vasilevsky save from earlier on Duclair. And Stamkos is leaving again. So Stamkos is going back to the locker room. So that's not good if you're a Lightning fan. The Tampa Bay captain has left the ice and gone to the locker room. Panthers win the draw to the right of Vasilevsky. Reinhart centering it. Oh, it's a shot by Bennett, and it wouldn't go. And now the Lightning lift it back out to center. Sherratt with it now. It was Cirelli working on him. Kucherov has it now, keeping it in for the Lightning. Cirelli works it in for Palat. Palat behind the net, trying to get it to Kucherov, and he does. Kucherov tries to center it, and it's blocked in front by Patrick Hornquist. Hornquist and Kucherov are in the corner. McDonough as well. Sam Bennett moving over the red line, gets it for Higgy on the near wall. For Higgy centers. Bennett! Shot! Saved by Vasilevsky. It's underneath him. He doesn't have it. He didn't know where it was, and it was swept away by a defender. Vasilevsky didn't know where the puck was, and it almost was a goal. Forsling with a shot saved made by Vasilevsky, and the Lightning players are in front trying to defend as the Panthers players whack at it, but Vasilevsky has that one, and he'll hold. 17:34 to go in the third, and that was the Panthers' 30th shot. So Panthers continuing their offensive prowess as Vasilevsky is getting peppered with shots to start the third period. Bennett had a clear shot and, again, went through the armpit area of Vasilevsky's 6-hole. And he wasn't able to get a ton of it. And this check on Stamkos by Ekblad, both players went down and looked like Ekblad elbowed Stamkos in the ribs as they were going down. And Stamkos, again, going back to the locker room. Forsling at the point, a drive, and it goes wide. First one on it is Achari. Achari trying to center. Tries to get over to Luster-Ryan in the shot, and it goes wide. Picks up his own rebound. Forsling slides over to Weegar. Weegar a drive, and it goes wide. It'll be picked up by Achari. Achari from behind the net gets it back out to the point. Forsling slides it over to Weegar. Weegar moves it to the top of the circle. A shot goes, and it's patted away. And now a Panther is taken down, and the fans want a penalty. A bunch of arms go up, but the referees doesn't. No penalty. We have an icing play, and Stamkos is returned to the Lightning bench, and he's checking out his hand. So Stamkos returns. Panthers almost score, and they've dominated the offensive play so far. Stamkos just cannot catch a break in this game, man. He took another shot to the foot as he was getting his stick lifted, so he gets hit in the wrist, and he falls down, and then he gets hit as he's falling. It's so unfortunate for Steven Stamkos, but he's still out there. He's on the Lightning bench. Panthers win the draw to the right of Vasilevsky, but the Lightning poke it away, so it's Hedman moving it back up, and Nick Paul at center ice will chip it into the Panthers zone. Belmar will be the first man on it. He'll button hook and a little bit of battle against the corner. Panthers win it, and Giroux with it. He'll slide it over to Huberdeau.
Huberdeau over the red line. Huberdeau drops to Barkov. Barkov tries to center for Giroux. Pass was too hard for him to handle and go into the corner. Sergachev tried to slap it around, but he couldn't get it out. Barkov back up top for Sherratt. Sherratt over to Barkov. Barkov moving in, a shot, and it's blocked by Bellemare. Goes into the far corner. Paul tries to steal it away, but it's picked up by Barkov and sent back up to the point, and a shot is saved by Andrei Vasilevsky. 16:20 to go in the third period, all tied up at 1. Tampa Bay leads the series 1-0. A chance for Florida to get the split as the series will head to Tampa Bay on Saturday. So, or wait, no, maybe that isn't Saturday. I do believe, wait, hang on. Maybe, no, Sunday. I was right. So I knew one of those series didn't go every other day. So yeah, so I apologize. It is Saturday, the next game. A shot is blocked by, looked like Brandon Hagel, and he collapsed into a heap. Hope that he's okay. Radko Gudas plays it back over for Bennett. Bennett will send it back up into the neutral zone. No Panthers were there, and the Lightning have it. They'll regroup, and they'll dump it in. For Hagee, the first one there for the Panthers. Bennett along the near boards will send it east to west. We'll move it to Gudas. Gudas a drive, and it'll go wide as he dumps it in. Bennett, between the legs play, trying to get it for Hagee. Oh, but the puck will squirt all the way back out to the neutral zone. We were robbed of a highlight reel play. Good defensive play by the Lightning. Zach Bogosian, corner to corner. Lightning will try and get it all the way down, but instead it'll be an icing as the player in the neutral zone couldn't handle it. 15:35 to go in the third period. Steven Stamkos has taken the brunt of the physical play here, blocking a few shots, and has really done a good job. And like I said before, Brandon Hagel blocked a shot, and he collapsed in the heap. He required some assistance, and he has got 2 trainers on both sides of him, and he's limping into the locker room. So this is, I believe, the 4th time a Lightning player has gone to the locker room. The previous 3 times their players have returned. We'll see if Hagel suffers the similar fate. Shot from the point is blocked and goes into the corner. Behind the net, it's Luostarinen battling with Cirelli. Corey Perry battling with Forsling. Forsling gets the puck back up to the top, but the Panthers couldn't keep it in. In the neutral zone now, it's Hornquist trying to get it in, but he's stopped at the red line. Lightning dump it in, and they'll go for a change. Weegar has it behind his own net. Weegar trying to move it over the Luostarinen. Pass was too hot for him to handle, and he couldn't play it. Puck is taken by the Lightning, tried to center it with Cirelli, but good stick by the Panthers, and they're able to defend well. Into the corner it goes. Forsling plays it up to Luostarinen. Puck comes back to his defense partner in Weegar, and eventually get up to Verhaeghe. Verhaeghe circling around like a hawk. He's at the center ice. We'll move it over to Duclair. Duclair along the inner wall, dancing in Duclair, and he'll go wide as he tried to get a shot in front, but 3 Lightning players were there. Passes over to Verhaeghe in the near corner. Duclair picks it up from him. Shot back up for Sherratt, and it's blocked in front. Doesn't get to Vasilevsky. Lightning will dump it in. Paul with it now. Over the blue line he goes, into the near corner. 3 Panthers are there, and they'll take the puck away from him. Ekblad behind the net. Both teams change. Tape-to-tape pass up front. It's moved in. A shot by Achari is blocked by Ryan McDonough. He falls down. He gets back up, though. Shot by Sherratt. He goes wide. And the Lightning are under siege, and they finally get it out. It's Killorn moving with speed over the blue line. Killorn with a shot, and it's blocked by Sherratt. Panthers finally have it now. They'll move it back up. Ekblad from his knees will try and play it to his partner. Couldn't do it. Here come the Lightning. It is Kucherov. Kucherov dancing, trying to get to the front, and it's in front of Bobrovsky. 2 players collapse on top of it, and the puck is still underneath Ekblad, and finally the Panthers are able to get it out to center ice. And it'll be played by Anthony Cirelli, and it'll go over to Chernak. Chernak will dump it up. It'll be played over to Montour. Montour hitting the corner as he plays it. He still has it, though. Montour. Panthers break out over the red line. Here they come. It is Forsling. Forsling. In the near corner, it's Barkov. Barkov. Puck stolen away by Bellemare. Tried to chip it up to Perry, and Perry in the neutral zone will send it over to another Lightning player, and they'll dump it in, and they'll go for a change. Bobrovsky from behind the net. 13 minutes to go in the third period as the Panthers look to break out. From their own blue line, they'll tip it in, and working on it is Sam Bennett. Sergachev on him. Bennett on his backhand. Still on his backhand. Bennett circles, hands it off to Montour. Montour at the circle will dump it into the near corner. Duclair there, keeps it in, gets it to Bennett. Bennett along the boards, battling. And the puck will squirt out to center ice. Lightning, Cirelli, first man on it, great speed. Cirelli, 2 Panthers hounding him. He's able to dump it off to another Lightning player, but instead they'll make a change. Picked up by the Panthers, over the blue line. Here comes Reinhardt with a drive, and it's wide. Montour has it on the rebound. Montour gets it over to Reinhardt. Behind the net, the Lightning have it. Sergachev will send it around, kept in by the Panthers. Lomberg in the corner, looking to center it, or at least get it back out to the point, and he does, but they can't keep it in, and Lightning will change. Bennett will go to the bench, and so the Panthers will make a change as well. Lomberg applying pressure into the offensive zone for the Panthers. Stretch pass for them. Goes back into the Panthers zone. Hornquist with that at his own blue line. Hornquist plays it over the red line. Luce Ryan tried to get it back to Hornquist, but he couldn't get it to him, and stolen away by Kaloran. Kaloran gets taken down by 4 Panthers from his knees. Kaloran sweeps it around the boards, and he'll get it over to Ruda. Ruda sends it around. Ekblad helps it and tried to get it out, and the Panthers can't get possession. Lightning still have it. Perry back up top for Kaloran. Shot by McDonough, a drive, and it goes wide. And it'll be Luce Ryan to pick it up for the Panthers on the rebound. Luce Ryan over his own blue line, tried to send it across for Hornquist, who's trying to make a change. Panthers almost caught for too many men on the ice, and the Lightning tried to center it, and maybe they did catch them for too many men. Let's take a look and see. So we have a stoppage in play with 11:16 to go in the third. Hornquist was trying to make a change, and he is talking to the referee right now, so I think they are going to get caught for too many men. See if the NHL app can give me a... Tell me what the penalty is. They're going to commercial, so I have no idea. We'll see. We'll see, I guess. Third period. Still says no penalties, so... I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Let's do a story real quick. What are we doing a commercial? You guys get to be on the other end of this. Watch this. What's up, guys? We are live for the third period of Panthers and Lightning. Come check out the live stream. Link is in the previous story. Come check it out. We're having a good time. This game is crazy. Let's catch the end of the third period. Come join the stream. Alright, so there you go. Join the stream. Well, I guess whoever's watching the stream is already joined. But you know what I mean. You know what I mean. So, there's still a commercial, but this has been a pretty eventful third period. No scoring, however, we've got a lot of offensive chances, and the Panthers have been taking it to the Lightning. As soon as they scored that goal at the end of the second period, so it was too many men. The penalty is going to be served by Carter Verhaeghe. So the Lightning are going back to the power play. They are 1 for 3 in this game so far. But yeah, we had some good offensive play from the Panthers ever since that goal. They've been applying the forecheck. I don't want to say dominating offensively because Tampa Bay's had some chances too, but Florida has been have more of an offensive presence in this period. They've looked really good offensively, and I think Tampa Bay needs to score on this power play here if they want to win this game because the Panthers have really woken up offensively. Lightning over the red line, dumping it around the boards for Kucherov. Kucherov sent it over to Perry. Perry get up to top to Hedman. Hedman is shot, and rebound comes to Kucherov. Back to Hedman it goes. Hedman gets it back to Kucherov at the circle. Kucherov back up top for Hedman. Hedman fakes the shot, gets it over to Kucherov. Kucherov tries to send it over to Stamkos, and a save made by Sergei Bobrovsky. He was ready for it as Stamkos was trying to do the old Ovechkin play, the one-timer from the circle, and Bobrovsky wasn't having any of it. He was on it. Sliding from left to right, Bobrovsky makes an excellent save on the one-timer from Steven Stamkos. who was just sitting all alone in the circle. 1:21 to go on the Tampa Bay power play. 10:37 to go in the third period. Panthers win the draw, and they're not able to get it out as it's held in by Hedman. Puck will come over to Kucherov, and he'll center it. Puck will be picked up by Forsling, and he'll send it around the boards, and it'll come all the way down to Andrei Vasilevsky. Hedman now, from his own zone, will send it back, and Kucherov will try and work it over the red line. Over the blue line come the Lightning. Behind the net, it's Stamkos getting it to Kucherov. Kucherov centers it. Nobody home. Stamkos on the far boards. Stamkos will send it back up top for Hedman. Hedman, a drive, and it goes wide. Kucherov on the rebound. Kucherov tries to send it over to Stamkos. He does. Glove down by Stamkos. Sent around the net, looking for Palat. Palat trying to get back to Stamkos and couldn't go. It'll be taken up by a Panther and dumped all the way back down. Vasilevsky plays it. 22 seconds to go on the power play. Can the Lightning get one more surge before it runs out? 9:34 to go in the third period. So we're into the final 10 minutes here in regulation. Lightning from around the boards gets it back up top for Maroon. Maroon sends it back around. Ekblad's the first one on it. The puck comes over to Killorn. Killorn's able to get it back up top. Shot there from the point. Goes wide. Be picked up by Achari. And Achari will try and get it out if he can win the battle along the boards. He doesn't. Paul with it now. Paul streaking in. And it's stopped by Bobrovsky. And a bunch of bodies in front for Higgy trying to get it out. And he does. Lightning have it at center ice. It's Chernak. Chernak over to Maroon. Maroon will dump it in. Paul with a shot, and it's deflected wide of Bobrovsky. Maroon in the corner for Tampa Bay. With it now is Ekblad. He'll dump it in for the Panthers, and Hedman with it now as the Panthers are going for a change. And now we have an icing. .8:37 to go in the third period, tied at 1. They're heading to commercial. So let's check the stats for a little bit. Shots on goal, 32-20 from favor of the Florida Panthers. Face-off percentage, 57.5 to 42.5 in favor of the Panthers. Tampa Bay is 1 for 3 on the power play. Florida is 0 for 3. Penalties, yeah, like I just said. Hits are 46-28 in favor of the Panthers. Now, the home team tracks the hit stats, so you can always take that with a grain of salt. You know, it's like, I don't know, we'll see. But Panthers have been hitting, so it is believable. 46-28 in that category. 16-13 in favor of the Panthers in blocks. Both teams have 8 giveaways. Panthers have 5 takeaways to the Lightning's 3. Panthers have taken 6 shots in the third period, and the Lightning have taken 2. And then the only penalty in the period went against Florida for too many men on the ice. And they killed that off. So, we have a 1-1 game. 1-1 tie. Heading down the stretch. Who's going to take it home? Who's going to be the hero in Game 2? Let me know what you guys think. Drop who you think is going to score the next goal into the chat, and we'll see who's right. And, yeah, it should be interesting down the stretch. And like I said, Steven Stamkos has taken a ton of hits. He's blocked a couple shots and he's been limping around. He took a stick to the wrist. He's had a rough night, and he's gone to the locker room twice. He's returned both times. But he's definitely going to be feeling that tomorrow. He does have an assist in tonight's game on the goal by Corey Perry that was scored in the first period on the power play. So he's had an okay night production-wise. Draw at center ice is won by the Lightning, and the puck will go around. It is Hagel who has it for the Lightning. Turns it over, though, picking up as Reinhardt along the far boards, and he'll work it into center ice, and he will dump it in at the blue line. Vasilevsky will play it. Around the boards it goes, and it'll be picked up and sent back to center ice, where it can be received by Montour. Montour tries to dump it in, but it's intercepted by Hagel. He'll get it back to McDonough as he goes to the bench. McDonough waits as looks like both teams are changing. McDonough will slide it on over to Bogosian. Bogosian will dump it in, and the puck comes up and has to be saved by Bobrovsky. Turn aside into the corner. Kucherov has it along the near boards. Centering pass for Paul, and a shot is blocked. Another shot is made by Bobrovsky. Panthers could have a 2-on-1 developing. Instead, Hedman, great defensive play on Huberdeau. And then Lightning able to steal the puck away. Kucherov along the near boards will send it back out to center ice for Paul. Paul over the blue line. Working in deep. Paul has it on his forehand. 3 Panthers are there. Paul still with it now along the near boards, battling for it. And the Panthers finally take it away. But they'll make a change, so Hedman with the puck now in his own zone. Hedman will play it up into the Panthers zone, played by Bobrovsky. Bobrovsky tries to get it over to Ekblad. Ekblad couldn't hold it, and now Cirelli will get it back up top for the Lightning. Around the boards it goes as they dump it in deep. First one on it is Sherratt. Sherratt gets it up, and it's a race for Hornquist against Sergachev. Hornquist is going to lose that race as Sergachev gets to the puck first. Palat checked into the boards. Hornquist picks up the puck and sends it around for Luosterainen. Luosterainen will send it back around for Lomberg. Lomberg checked into the corner by Ruda. Lomberg goes down, and the puck is still in the corner. Finally squirts out to Sherratt. He'll work it back in deep. Behind the net it goes. Sergachev trying to get it out, and the Lightning do. It'll be played back out and into the Panther zone, and no icing is called. Ekblad with it now. Fresh bodies on the ice for the Panthers. Here comes Sherratt. Will dump it in, and Carter Verhaeghe is the first man on the puck. Verhaeghe tried to get it back to Bennett, but he couldn't do it, and it'll be picked up by Corey Perry, who sends it along, looking for Hagel. Perry picks it back up. Perry moving in, and a good defensive play there by the Panthers. A shot is blocked in front, and here comes Montour. Montour trying to get it out to Bennett, but he couldn't do it, and now finally Achari picks it up, and it'll be a 2-on-2 for Verhaeghe, and he will take it for Verhaeghe. Dancing on in, and a good poke check. It was Cal Foote poking it away from Carter Verhaeghe, denying him an offensive chance and maybe saving him from a scoring opportunity. 5:20 to go in the third period. It is Luosterainen moving over the red line, trying to send it over to Reinhart. Luosterainen picks up his own pass into the near corner. Hedman sends it around. It'll be picked up by Achari. Achari sends it in. Back over a shot, and it goes wide. Picked up there by Forsling. Forsling will send it around. Picked up by Chernak. Battling to the boards with Duclair. Finally, Paul helps him out and will try and get it out. The Lightning have it now. Hedman over the red line. Gets it over to Kucherov. Kucherov over the blue line now. Sends it back over to Hedman. Hedman to the slot. Defended nicely by Mackenzie Weegar. Hedman takes it back to the point. Will send it back wide. Over a minute into the middle. A centering pass there from the corner by Killorn, and the Lightning couldn't get anything going on that play as the Panthers defended beautifully. Killorn back at the point, sends it around. Here comes Cirelli. Defending him is Forsling. Forsling will poke it up to Bennett, and Bennett will send it out to center ice, and the Panthers will make a change. Moving in with speed is Palat. Palat over the Panthers' blue line. Palat button hooks, looking for reinforcements, and he's got them. Sergachev at the point, sends it over to his D partner. Back into the corner, Lightning working in deep. Back up to the top. Shot there, and a save made by Bobrovsky! What a save on Andre Palat on a one-timer! Bobrovsky was on his stomach, and he made an amazing glove save to save this game for the Panthers. It would have been 2-1 for the Lightning with under 5 minutes to go, but Bobrovsky makes maybe the save of the playoffs on a one-timer by Andre Palat. Unreal. You're going to see that on the highlight reel, folks. That is unbelievable. What a save by Sergei Bobrovsky. I mean, he was sliding from right to left. The net was wide open. And, geez, Andre Palat just robbed. Somebody call the cops at Florida Live Arena because Sergei Bobrovsky just committed a robbery. There's no other way to put it. The Panthers, if they win that game, remember that save. Oh my gosh. Again, I forgot to change the... Yeah, that's me. But oh my gosh, dude, can you believe that? That is just... Wow. Wow. Unbelievable. Unreal. Sliding from left to right, is able to go on his stomach and raise his glove up to get that puck. That's just... You're going to see that on highlight reels everywhere for the next couple of days. Unbelievable. I think it's funny that they got that Subway commercial with Jimmy Garoppolo, even though he's going to get traded or released or whatever. He's not staying in San Francisco. But, okay, I guess. So, to recap, it was Lightning that struck first in the first period. 12:06 into the first. Corey Perry scores off a deflection by Steven Stamkos. A shot by Steven Stamkos, I should say. Deflection in front. He scored on the power play, made a 1-0 Tampa Bay, and then late into the second period, the Panthers would even it up on a shot by Luosterainen that squeaked by Andrei Vasilevsky to make it 1-1. And here we are with 4 minutes to go, tied at 1. Shot there by Hagel is blocked in front. Cirelli into the corner, tried to pick it up, but couldn't do it. And the puck goes back out into the neutral zone. The Lightning will play it. Cirelli, Chernak helps him out. Will dump the puck into the Panther zone. Panthers will flip it out, and no, it's kept in by Palat. A shot there goes wide, and the Panthers are able to get it out. Back to play it is Hedman. Reinhart from his knees gets it over to Barkov into the Lightning zone. Centering pass by Barkov, and it's a delayed penalty on the Lightning, and the Panthers are going to go to the power play with 3:23 to go in the third period. They are what, 0 for 24 in the playoffs, and now they're going to get a chance to take the go-ahead goal and potentially win the game, as it seems that next goal would win this thing on the power play. They have not scored on the power play yet in these playoffs. It looks like Steven Stamkos is going to go for tripping Reinhart. As like I said before, he was playing it from his knees. John Cooper not very happy, and Steven Stamkos has had a bit of a roller coaster of a night, you could say. He hasn't assisted in this game, but he's taken 2 block shots, gone to the locker room, I believe, once or twice, and overall, he's had himself a heck of a night, but now he found himself into the penalty box with 3:23 to go in the third. Panthers win the draw. Gets back to Duclair, a shot, and it's blocked in front by Cirelli. Cirelli blocked that shot and had to have hurt. Back up top. Panthers have it. It's Barkov. Sends it over. A shot there. Oh, and it just squeaks wide of Vasilevsky. Huberdeau gets it back up to the point for Barkov. Barkov gets it back to Huberdeau. Huberdeau tried to work it down low for Reinhart. Reinhart gets back to Huberdeau. Goes back to Barkov. Barkov at the point, gets it to Huberdeau at the circle, sends it back to Barkov, a shot, and it squeaks by, and eventually works its way into the far corner. Gets it back up top for Giroux. Giroux over to Barkov. Leaves it for Huberdeau. Huberdeau looking, sends it back up top for Barkov. Barkov over to Giroux. Giroux a drive, and it goes wide. Huberdeau, first man on it for the Panthers. He has it. Gets it back up top for Barkov. Barkov, minute to go on the power play, sends it over to Huberdeau. Huberdeau gets it down low for Reinhart. Reinhart centers it, and it was too hot for Giroux to handle, but he has it now. Giroux, Paul defending him. Giroux works it into the near corner. Over for Reinhart. Reinhart getting checked by a Lightning player, and the Panthers are able to retain it. Duclair hands it over to Barkov. Barkov back to Huberdeau. Huberdeau at the top of the circle, a shot, and it's gloved by Vasilevsky, but he loses it, and the Panthers have it again. Giroux over to Barkov in the slot. Barkov from the circle takes a shot, and it's blocked by Vasilevsky. And the Panthers will have to retrieve it as the Lightning dump it into the zone. 26 seconds to go on the power play. Panthers, that's probably the best their power plays have looked all night, but they're not able to capitalize to this point. 20 seconds to go on the power play. Carter Verhaeghe moves in over the blue line, and he's stopped by the Lightning at the blue line. It's Belmar trying to get to Killorn, short-handed. For the next 10 seconds, the Lightning are, and the battle along the boards, and the penalty is going to expire with the Panthers in their own end, so they're not able to capitalize on that glorious opportunity. 1:25 to go in the third period. Can the Panthers end this thing in regulation? They have it on their sticks into the Lightning zone. They're working in deep along the near boards. It's Montour. Gets it over to Verhaeghe. Behind the net looking for Hornquist. Comes along the wall. Kept in by the Panthers. Hornquist swings it around. Kept in by Montour. Montour sends it over. Around the net it goes into the far corner for Hornquist. Belmar working on him. Battle on the boards. Bennett pulls it out and assists his teammate. Back up top. A shot by Montour. Stopped by Vasilevsky. The left pad of Vasilevsky denied Montour. 49 seconds to go. Final minute of the third period. Will we get overtime? Ekblad from the slot in his own zone. Working up with the Panthers. It's loose to Reinen. One last push. He tries to backhand it and it goes wide. Around on the rebound. The Lightning have it. And here they come. Can they end this in regulation? Palat dumps it in and he gets checked into his own bench. Puck comes to Bobrovsky and he'll send it over to Forsling, who tries to play it up, and it's picked off by Palat, who dumps it in again, blocked by a Panther, and now Ruda will carry it in, drops it off for Kucherov, 10 seconds to go. Forsling trying to get it out, couldn't do it, and the Lightning have it, keeping it in as Palat around the net, 5 seconds to go. Kucherov, second shot, they score! The Lightning have scored with 3 seconds to go. It's Ross Colton, who gives the Lightning a 2-1 lead. And that's the game winner, folks. I don't see the Panthers scoring in 3 seconds. Unbelievable. A play from Kucherov from behind the net gets it to Colton. And the Panthers, just a complete defensive blunder in their own zone. And the Lightning are going to win Game 2 on a goal by Ross Colton. There is like 0.9, there's like 9/10 of a second left on the clock. And Ross Colton is giving the Lightning a lead. And he beats Bobrovsky over the right shoulder, but a shot from the slot. Kucherov working in deep from behind the net gets a pass on his backhand straight to Colton and goes over the shoulder of Bobrovsky. And the Panthers are going to lose Game 2 on a defensive blunder. We've seen it all night. Both teams have been turning the puck over, but man, wow. What a way to end it. So we will not be seeing overtime. 3.8 seconds to go. And Panthers fans are in disbelief. They're going to go down 2-0 headed to Amalie Arena. 3.8 seconds to go. Ross Colton. And it's going to be the game winner. Unbelievable. And the Panthers have called a timeout. Like that's going to do any good. I just don't see any team scoring with 3.8 seconds to go. So the Tampa Bay Lightning. The Tampa Bay Lightning are going to win Game 2. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Unbelievable. Kucherov just no-look pass on his backhand. Knew that Colton was there streaking in. And at the bottom of the circle, on a sharp angle, beats Bobrovsky on the near side, and the Lightning have a 2-1 lead. Oh wow, and I picked the Lightning to win this series in my original bracket because this team, they just find a way, man. The Panthers, I don't know if they're there yet. They played a really good game, but I don't know if they're there yet. I mean, you can't go over for whatever on the power play and expect to win. The Tampa Bay Lightning, in incredible fashion, have won Game 2 by the score of 2-1, and they lead the series 2-0. Unbelievable. Final thoughts coming up in just a second. But the Tampa Bay Lightning come away with the win. Wow. So, Lightning win it 2-1. Panthers had 35 shots. Lightning had 27. The Panthers, from the middle of the game, about halfway through the second period, and onwards, they were dominant offensively. They were great. I mean, let's take a look and see how many shots each team had in the third period. In the second period, Panthers had 16 shots, Lightning had 12. Both teams had 9 shots in the third. So, I just, wow, I can't believe that. I cannot believe that. A game winner with 3.8 seconds to go. Ross Colton, on a no-look pass from Nikita Kucherov from behind the net, scores and wins the game. Incredible. Incredible stuff. So, that's going to do it for me. Wow. Tampa Bay Lightning win a thriller 2-1. And that's it, folks. That is the game. Both teams played a pretty good game. Panthers had more of the offensive prowess later on, but Tampa Bay still found a way, as championship teams do, and they ended up winning this thing in a nail-biter in literally the last second. So that'll do it for me, guys. Thank you all thank you all to you guys that tuned into the stream. Incredible game by both teams, but the Tampa Bay Lightning just on a clutch play from Kucherov, Nikita Kucherov, if you want to call him that. Kucherov from behind the net with a clutch play from gosh, you're gonna see that on the highlight reel. That's just amazing. So, I mean, you know, for the Tampa Bay Lightning, they're sitting in a really good spot right now. I mean, they're a deep team. They know what it takes to win without Braden Point too. I mean, I didn't even mention that earlier, but without Braden Point, they've managed to face adversity and just done really well. So, Tampa Bay Lightning head back home with a 2-0 series lead. They're in a really good spot. They're heading back home. For the Panthers, they need to score. They've got 2 goals in 2 games, and both were at home. And they can't capitalize on the power play, so they're having a tough time there. So if they want to have a chance to stick in this series and maybe have a chance to win, they're going to have to figure out their power play woes, because they have not been good on the power play. 0 for 4 tonight. Tampa Bay was 1 for 3. So Panthers need to figure out their power play. Other than that, it was a solid game by both teams. Very exciting, very cool. And again, thank you guys all who turned into the stream. Again, my socials, Pulse Sports Talk at Instagram and Twitter. If you want to be updated on when I go live and when I post videos, and if you just want to talk sports, I have some discussion-based things on there too. Also some breaking news. So go check that out. Again, subscribe to the channel if you're a fan of this content. And really cool game, guys. Really cool game. Lightning win it in a thriller, right down to the wire. End up getting the final goal. 2-1 is the final. Thank you guys all for watching, and I will see you guys all next time.